Hajime Tenchi, it's time for the new event, and maybe some other stuff too. So let's just get right into it. Oh, okay. Oh goodness, changed my camera setup today, so it's gonna be interesting to see how things go. Alright. Okay. I am! That's exactly what I'm doing. Good to see you. How are you? Look, it's your favorite. Well, at least for now. We got a different camera setup as of right now, so interesting to see how it might change things. It's basically more at eye level instead of being a... Oh my... Uh-oh. Are you alright? Please take care of yourself. And do you know what the reason is, or is it as of yet just sort of mysterious pain? Everyone's favorite. Okay, so I think run through dailies and weeklies. Yeah, that... Sometimes I just have random nerve issues in my side, and I don't know why. It could be dietary. I've been wondering if I should cut down on meat as I age. Family had a really nice roast for Christmas dinner. It was really, really tasty, but I feel like I'm already getting to that point in life where I can't really handle nice food anymore, you know what I mean? It's not fun, but it's just, maybe that's life now. Oh, all the way over there? You're kidding. Come on. So far away, even the taunt didn't work, but the overload actually did pretty nice damage. Huh. Okay. Finish off with a burst. What I find very, very interesting is that Chaska's actually... Oh... Yeah, that's smart. Generally, what I was always taught when I was younger was to always reach for the farthest back item on the shelf whenever you're getting something from the store. And of course, always checking to see if it's been opened. And that's not a good feeling. You don't want to risk that. And don't, especially if you're having random pains, don't risk your health like that. And... Oh, interesting. It's gotta do a bit more damage to this to make the rest show up. Okay, cool. Come on, and... Oh my goodness, that much damage? Just before Chaska even started her part of the rotation. That's the secret. Were they Sour Skittles? It's been a while since I had anything Skittles or Sour Patch Kids adjacent. Okay. I remember Sour Skittles being pretty good. So they got Sour Skittles, regular Skittles, and Tropical Skittles. I was always a Sour Skittles partisan. I honestly, for me, the personal ranking goes Sour Skittles at the top. It's back when I used to eat candy. I was always big into sour candy. And then, then regular Skittles, and Tropical Skittles, honestly, at the bottom. I think... Though Sour Skittles did have their own unique flavors, it wasn't just normal Skittles flavors with a bit of sour coating. It was its own thing. But even still, I feel it was a logical continuation in a way that Tropical Skittles just doesn't feel like to me. Whenever I think about Tropical Skittles, I just think, okay, why does this exist? Why does this need to exist? Yeah. I got some pretty decent chocolate as a gift for Christmas from family. So that's gonna be nice. I do look forward to munching on that. But the question is really... Oh, goodness. I've said this before, but I like really, really dark chocolate. Some of it's 85%. But I like stuff that's 90, 95, even 100, because it's... Well, to be fair, dark chocolate isn't necessarily entirely a matter of sugar content. You can have pretty dark chocolate with a decent amount of sugar added, but I like dark chocolate with a little to no sugar added. That stuff Maybe it proves I'm a psychopath, but I really do like that. Chocolate candy cane. Oh, interesting. Not familiar. That's conceptually interesting. Okay. Sour Patch Kids are a classic. My family is a big... They like Haribo. Okay. My dad's a big Haribo candy guy. They're over in Chicago, I believe it's Chicago. It's the Albanese candy company that makes really nice, high-quality gummy bears. My dad is partial to those, but of course it's kind of a special occasion kind of thing. It's refreshing, most novel indeed, not even really like anything ever back home. If we could invite them to perform in Fontaine, I imagine the results would be spectacular. Perhaps we could bring a band from Fontaine here to perform instead. Facilitate some collaboration, capital notion. Let me think which office would handle that. Turtles, as in Turtle the Candy? That's a kind of chocolate, right? Wait, there's an office dedicated to music too, to be precise, a newly established association dedicated to passing on promoting our traditional music. Makes now boast quite a few Fontaine musicians impact on the industry, not been insignificant either. Help show which is a jumpstart. Musical collaboration between Fontaine and Nolan, but the fellow in charge of that office, an exceptionally obstinate cretin. If you'll be able to accept Nolan's music, might as well make a note of it first. Mr. Ron, please remember to give the travelers compensation. Going backstage to speak to the band. Now then, how shall I start off? So the states thinking all the while. Interesting. Submit that I found myself quite taken that one's music so lively one cannot help but want to dance. Fortunately not dressed too sad, so let's bring a loser set of clothes next time I'm here. Here's your payment travel. Thank you for your help. Let's go aside, I shall bring this hat. Just turtles, but also tortoises. That's my question. Yeah, they got turtles in Minecraft, but they don't have tortoises. But Genshin has tortoises, but not turtles. Actually, technically, oh, it's got the one swimming turtle, I guess, and Shenyu. But the others are all tortoises. Really, what is the difference anyway? Just being sort of scalier and scarier looking. Okay, well, got a few pleasant bounties to do for the week. What I really wonder is, oh goodness, whether I want to roll for the Malvika Sitwali weapon banner. Because in the end, the chances are, if I don't get one, I get the other if I go in a bit for it. But of course it depends on how much it takes to get Malvika and Sitwali anyway. Yeah, Malvika's weapon is supposed to be really, really strong on her, so that's going to be interesting. One bounty here. It's decreased. Hydro res decreased. So, 2 bounties and a single supply should work. Invulnerable to electric. We have a wingless over at the western side of the Fire Feather Clan's territory and stirring up trouble. There's monsters, dinner, ambush me, exhaust from a long distance training run. Might be a slight exaggeration, most of the time they just stand around grumbling, wailing, generally causing a ruckus to their stolen companions, but recently rumor has it they've been sneaking around behind weapons. Seems like a timely intervention. Said that wrong. Might be an order would be very much appreciated if someone could go check them on them and snuff out their fiery zeal before things start getting out of hand. Okay. Yeah, the weapon is a massive boost for Malvika, even over the next strongest 5-star weapon for her. I guess the question is whether I really need it. Because the funny thing about it is that Malvika's absolute best team is, as of right now, her, Shilinen, Sitwali, and Bennett, which it's just a bunch of new characters and also Bennett, as always. But effectively, that Shilinen actually holds Archaic Petra on that team, because Sitwali's already holding Cinder City, which is really, really funny. I actually do have some Petra pieces I could use for that team. But it's just, there's a rerun of the Super Boss event, the buffed up version of the boss fights, next patch apparently. And I actually want to try to go for high scores on that, or beat the hardest difficulty, and that's kind of whale bait. But I think with Malvika or Sitwali's weapon, it'd probably be possible, so it's just a question of who I'd go in on. That, honest to goodness, I feel like Jean, Bennett, and then maybe just someone like Xing Chao or maybe Rosaria. It's just, Because Mavica really wants to be able to get at least some reactions. And overloads aren't terrible, but they don't scale off her attack or anything. It's not multiplying her crazy numbers. So it would really be a matter of probably some, like I said, Xingqiao, Rosario, maybe even Kaya, just someone to apply an element that she can work off of, just because Raiden and Mavica do not have particularly good synergy, especially because Mavica literally does not have energy at all, which is really, really bad for how Raiden works. Because not only does it mean that Raiden's energy restoration does nothing for Mavica, but it means that Mavica isn't consuming energy and buffing Raiden's damage as a result. The other day I was hurrying through the night when I passed by western side of the Scorchwind Trial Grounds, and I suddenly heard a whooshing sound behind me. You'll never guess what. Giant stone covered in strange engravings flew up into the air and started spewing fire over the place for a moment. I thought it was a wild manifestation. When I took a closer look, it turned out to be a mechanism gone rogue. Honestly, it could barely have chosen a more dangerous place to malfunction. I walk through that area all the time, so it'd be best if someone dealt with it pronto. Ember Core Flower, and I do have enough. Those two bounties should go over to Nightwind to pick the final bounty and do the remaining supply requests. In the end, I don't imagine the team would be bad for overworld stuff, but for Raiden, you would ideally want a team that synergizes more with her, and for Mavica, the same. It's not like it's a huge deal, but still, Mystique Soup. It is funny that all of the special travel recipes for Naglan are really just trophies that do not have any particular use case. Well, guess it's time to take down these opponents. And it's still got the Leyline Monolith from the daily earlier. My question right now is, how much do I want to do tonight? Because one thing I do arguably need, so I'll get exactly one Lanyan copy next patch. So apparently Lanyan's going to be on second half, so not on any of the new banners, which is crazy. But what that means is that the only Lanyan I'm going to be getting is the Lanyan from... Oh... Only Lanyan I'm going to be getting is the Lanyan from Lantern Knights 3 Relay 4-star. Which isn't horrible, but it's... means no cons. So it's just, I suppose I'll level her for the sake of leveling her, but she's not going to be particularly strong by any definition of the word, because, like any new 4-star, she needs her cons. Okay, Perilous... Oh, that was a bit of a mistake. I did that math wrong. Okay. Well, that's certainly interesting. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess that math wasn't going to work out either way, then. Well, not a huge deal. Because I'm going to overcap a bit for Flower Feather, then. Let's check. Is there any other way I could handle this? In that case... Because that's 120. This job is destroying my brain. Yeah, because I don't want to ever take the lesser amount, but... No, that's actually... Oh, that's actually really funny, because what that means is... I'm exactly one supply notice away from getting that. Which means I just need to abandon the bounty and... Yep. Take the bounty from Nightwind and do it there. Then next week, when new patch drops, I'll be able to do one single supply request. Well, he hates everybody. He has that dialogue no matter what you do. Because there's no way to really talk to him without scaring the birds. At least there wasn't on launch. So they didn't account for the possibility for not scaring the birds. Okay, Animo Res decreased. I guess that's Electro Immunity. What kind of team would I run then? Animo Res... I guess that's Chaska, I suppose. Geo Res decreased. Invulnerability Pyro. I could use the same exact one, honestly. It's no trouble. The only Geo who comes to mind is Shilinen, who can't really run DPS Shilinen without any constellations anyway, so... Also, as it turns out, that right over there is a local legend. But again, I'm saving that for next patch. Okay, go for the Perilous. Oh, well, oh, and there's someone else. Okay. You are immune. That is not my problem. Okay. 1, 2, 3, bite. 1, 2, 3, bite. Goodbye. What? Okay. Cool. That's it. Do not have to worry about anyone else at that location. Final one right here, right by the statue, too. Tendance, Enemo Res Decrease, Immunity to Electro. So that'd be Layla, Fiorina, Bennett on a Chaska team. Just, if Aurone's on there, that Electro damage is all going to be completely wasted, so no reason to bother with that. Let's just switch out to someone a bit more useful. This is decent enough, and then... There is no healing on this team besides Bennett, but it shouldn't matter all that much. One of these days I'll take her to 90, but of course... We have other priorities at the moment. Let us continue on our merry way. Ah. Oh, there's actually fishing right there. I've actually ignored a number of glowing fishing spots because I didn't want to do anything off-stream in terms of getting new fish. The best place for crystal cores is probably... Oh, it's been a while. Dawn Winery is good, but if you go to Seirai... Go to Seirai... This island right over here, there's a massive node of amethyst crystals with a lot of crystal flies. Additionally, you can just bait the crystal fly trap if you've got that from Fontaine Reputation, and you get a pretty steady supply. More than you could really ever need, honestly, but if you want to rush things, it does take a bit more. Oh, okay. Oh, look, there's another quest. Fair. Well, in that case, I'd say focus on Fontaine Rap to try to get it, maybe. If at all possible. Okay. Shoot, and... There we are. Hello. Shoot, hit. Maybe go for another, and there we go. 4 more days for the Fontaine Rap, or for Mavica? Oh, okay, okay. Man on a mission. Let's see. So it's one more supply request for maxed out Flower Feather. This right here, it's... So that means next week I'd be getting 3 bounties. That's 360, so 40. 2 more supply requests. So that takes me to 200, and then... Second week of next patch, that would mean getting to maximum reputation. 4 Masters of the 912. It's all 4 Blazing Flint ore at the outset. If I just do reputation first thing next patch when it drops. The question is, we still do not know precisely if there's going to be a way for us to get the better versions of Pyro Traveler's constellations, given that every single Pyro Traveler constellation has a good version, quote-unquote, from... That as of right now seems to be limited to the Shuokuatl boss fight, which is going to actually have its entrance right around here. Which means... Guess I could check that out during next patch, actually. But the boss fight entrance, the little totem, kind of like the Arla gravestone for Krukabena, is going to be around here. It's going to be a big monument. Or so they tell us. And this big, oddly shaped, conspicuous slanted rock. Well, it's only really conspicuous if you know it's going to be something. This is going to get carved into a big monument for the end of the war. Or so I'm told. So, in that case... That means just a few away lines for today, and then the Wargame event. Like I was saying earlier, I guess depending on how much energy I have, I could go and actually kill every single miserable Whopper Flower in the entire game world, given that they're needed for Wanyan's upgrades, and I do not have nearly enough Whopper Flower Nectar as of right now, because, my goodness. Whopper Flowers, honestly, are some of the stingiest enemies in terms of drops in the game. The crazy amount of resistance, and this team does not really have Shred. They don't even drop that much. Nectar. Frankly, Spectres are more generous at this point in the game. Which is crazy to say, but it's true at this point. Okay, and... oh my goodness. Already you're kidding. Well, alright. Thank you. And at least we got the energy back. That is the power of energy recharge. These are mostly broken. Let's break them the rest of the way. And luckily, if I'm smart, we'll just take the remainder of our... oh. Take some healing so I can have more health for Furina to drain when the next fight starts. I do honestly have more than enough. I'm saving that condensed resin for tomorrow. To get a few more talent books for, I believe. I don't know, Kachina and who else. I still do want to level Kachina eventually. Even though she is just kind of pointless in light of Shilinen. I ran her in theater, literally just to take up a space. Because I wanted to use all the special guest stars, even though I wasn't going to actually use them, if you know what I mean. Just put them in the lineup, even if I wasn't going to select them. It's the spirit of the thing. It's the spirit of the thing. Okay, all three of those will save for tomorrow or some other time. Okay. It is... you know, it's funny that I say this as someone with an actual job at this point. But I suppose it is nice to have something where you get tasks to do that actually go towards something fun, you know? Sense of pride and accomplishment instead of just more calls from angry people asking about health insurance. It is what it is. But as I was saying, who are the characters who don't make things run away again? I know that Aloy is one of them. I know Sayu is one of the characters that makes crystal flies not fly away. Let me actually look that up real quick. Her passive makes... because Aloy's is for animals and can't even get her at this point, so that's not even an important question. It's... you who art silence or secret, not startle crystallize in certain other animals. Oh, it's Yao Yao and Sayu. So if you have Yao Yao or Sayu, they won't run away when you get close, but they will run away once you grab one of them, so you have to be fast. The caveat, the upside, is that if you reload the area either by teleporting and going back, or the easiest way is actually just logging out and logging back in, they will reappear at their initial spots. So that is a way to just make them come back, if you want them to come back. And then you just pick up a few each time and gradually get them all. Even if you don't have okay, yeah, good. So if you put them in the party, just reload the area. Like I said, you don't even have to leave the area and fly back, especially since it's a pain to have to get over here. Well, actually, you could just teleport and glide down, but still that takes time. It'd be faster to just log out, log back in. They'll all be there. They won't run away if you've got Yao Yao or Sayu. It's not like they stack. It's just, you know, it's a Boolean. It's 0 or 1. They can't not run away from you more than they already do. Honestly, maybe it would be cool that if you had both, they wouldn't run away even after you grabbed one, but it doesn't stack. Okay, so what that means... oh, yeah. She is basically Sonic the Hedgehog. What this means is it's finally time to actually do the event Exercise Surging Storm. Thanks to their previous experience exchanging information with the armed forces of other nations, the Knights of Favonius have also begun to use wargaming to conduct tactical analysis and find ways to improve. Assist the Knights in completing their wargames to strengthen the Knights of Favonius and improve Mondstadt's security situation. 4,000 medals. Okay, and that's the exact same Exercise Surging Storm. Let us see. Oh, we actually have... these are the... On another problem. This is probably supposed to be Yuri. Hilichurl and Phonia, who... They've showed up in a number of events. The first was the Klee fish bombing event, I believe. Then the second fish bombing puzzle game, but... They are communications and explosives technicians with the Knights. And perhaps for stability, Tailfin's might... Hello there, honorary Knight. 7th Company's weapons officer Hilichurl reporting for duty. What orders do you bring? Well, what are you doing? Reporting in as per normal. I'm working on new bomb structures. So when she first showed up, she was talking about how Mondstadt's explosives only deflagrate. They do not combust, which in a real-life situation means it's entirely subsonic. It's not supersonic. Detonation is always supersonic. They compared it to Klee. Oh, for Lantern Rite? Yeah, they do that every year for Chinese New Year / Lunar New Year. Bomb structures. So basically, since Alice comes from outside of the game world, from our world, or at least this game's version of the real world, as funny as that sounds, she has access to real-world technology, such as more advanced bombs, because presumably Mondstadt just has black powder, gunpowder, and Klee's got modern bombs. In meat, just a second. It's per Phonia's request, I'm wargaming in silence so as to spare her ears the damage. Seriously, it's not like she needs to recognize voice patterns anymore, but still she calls me noisy. Asks me not to get close, saying that intel gathering is also a test for the ears. Come on, isn't that just too much? In terms of meat, I have, and I think I've used some of it for parametric transformer a few times, so let me just check. That would be 2,179. I remember before they added Samara when meat was actually kind of hard to come by. So you had to actually go hunting instead of just... Well, and of course now you can get 8 meat from just taking down Casijo over here, though to be fair, arguably not worth the effort. Though it's nice to get something given how tough it is. But effectively that Alice and Klee, their magic is literally just sufficiently advanced technology. I do always find it funny when people talk about technology in Genshin as if Klee did not explicitly have, just real-world high-tech bombs from Patch 1. Though, to be fair, when people talk about, not in the context of Nautilus, it's usually less about actual technology, quote-unquote, and more about the aesthetic, but I digress. If you take down Nautilus, I mean, Sumeru animals like sumpter beasts and scorpions and etc., you will quickly get more meat than you can shake a stick at. How's your work going? My work going mean the development of long-range explosives, the mystery meat from the snakes. What's going well? Thanks for your concern, honorary knight. As for the details, I would like the brief version of a slightly more thorough one. Time for crab. Yeah, exactly, Dark Souls. You can't have a game without crabs. Let's have this simple spiel. Sure, but simply I've made a launcher that can pierce heavy body armor at long range. However, the launch tube has to be scrapped after a single use, and aiming is a hassle and a half. So they're basically making a primitive bazooka. So the next problem we need to solve is cost effectiveness and accuracy. I'm not sure what to do right now, but I'll keep working on it in the name of the Spark Knight. I wonder if that means character with a bazooka kit, which I think would be like HSR. HSR Himiko? It's been a while since I had crab. I'd say that, honestly, the best thing I've ever eaten is probably crab cakes my dad made about a year ago. Let's hear the specifics. Of course, I didn't expect to be interested in weapons development. Honorary Knight, first I'm not really learned concerning archery or related mechanical devices. But when using explosives to repel projectiles, one of the easiest ways to improve range is to increase the amount of charge used. Oh, nice. Oh, I did... Yeah, you showed up a bit before Arlecchino, actually, so it has been a while. Yeah, and Sunday is actually more or less my 2-year anniversary just in general. It's a famous saying, if one pack of charge won't do, try 2. Have you heard of it? Fortunately, increasing the charge means increasing the caliber of your ammunition, which will worsen the velocity retention of said ammo. And if your ammo doesn't hit its target, you might as well never use no charge at all. I see, so the greater the charge, the less the power, meaning the less the charge. There's a sweet spot, so I thought perhaps we could create a nested structure within the projectile, the outer casing of which would fall away in flight, that the payload hit its target faster, more accurately, relying solely on kinetic energy to pierce armor. Oh, so they're trying to invent, basically, a real-world modernized casing for a bullet. Maybe. I don't really call it a birthday. Anyway, that's not how I roll. It's just my 2-year anniversary. So all we need to do is replace the low-density propellant that originally propelled the payload, more powerful one with several times the density. We can push the projectile out at incredible speed, but they need modern smokeless powder then. However, the defects of such a device are also evident. The barrel on one shoot must also respond to immense pressure, must thus be very heavy to the point that an ordinary knight would not be able to move it. Weapon system that should have been carried by a single knight would then have to be dismantled into several parts for transport. The advanced loading platform would have to be very sturdy just to withstand the recoil. So sorry, Great Spark Knight, when it comes down to it, my proposal is in truth an insult to the Apex art form that is explosive weaponry. What in the world are you saying? Anyway, I'll stop fantasizing now. Need to continue our breakthroughs on the path of explosive-assisted armor-piercing munitions. Interesting. So they're basically trying to invent modernized firearms. And maybe Fontaine does have its sort of special magic, quantum imaginary Numa Usia aspect, which only works in Fontaine for reasons we actually have not been told yet. Battle rod as well, greater the charge, the less the charge. What is that right? Well, in some sense, I guess, whatever the case. Okay, that is before. Didn't quite get it, but it sure sounds impressive. Defects, okay. Interesting. This was a weaponry Apex art form. Okay. Yeah, because presumably even if Fontaine has basically guns, they would be magic steampunk guns, I presume, whereas Mondstadt is just trying to invent actual firearms. Interesting. Are you taking part in the wargame as well? Well, to be more precise, Phonia dragged me into this business. She even said something like, you're taking part even if you don't know the first thing about chess. This is an order I'm giving you as an intelligence officer seriously. She doesn't force anyone else to do things in that way, just me. It's abuse of authority, I say. Abuse for an abusive meanie, almost as bad as a specter or a detonator. The signal malfunction. Well, specters aren't even as bad as they used to be. They buff their drop rate and decrease their health. The craziest thing is, and I think this was before you even started playing, maybe, when specters first got released, they couldn't be crowd controlled at all. Meaning that they were basically meant to be fought using Yoimiya and Yoimiya alone, honestly. But after that, they nerfed them in various ways. They nerfed their max health, they nerfed their drop, they made them crowd controllable, and then they also just made them drop more, which isn't really relevant in combat, just farming, but still. No, wait, probably not that bad, but still very, very bad. It's fun. Oh, at its side, she did help me a whole bunch back when we were working on Dodoko's boombastic escapades, after all. It's the first time I did not know there were birds that dropped multiple pieces of fowl. I feel like that's the real meta in the end. It's getting more meat. It's the first time I've ever seen her working all through the night, painting those game pieces all by her own volition. Still, while we're on the topic of comparing tabletop games, wouldn't you agree that the ones I made are more enjoyable? Whatever the case, just let me know if you need help repositioning the Wargame board. Amatel, 7th Company Weapons Officer. She'll be glad to render her services. Right, it's fun. Continue as you were. If you don't need to worry about me, just let me know if there's anything you need help with, Honorary Knights. Phonia. Honor to see you again, Honorary Knight. As you can see, the Knights are currently piloting wargaming simulations. Oh, and they got specters and fungi here. If you can spare the time, we hope you can assist us in completing the testing. I remember you. Phonia is the name, former investigative team signals officer of communications, responsible for testing alchemical recon instruments developed by Captain Albedo. It's more or less flares, I believe. Presently, I'm the 7th Company's intelligence officer and also the one who proposed this war game. It is interesting that people... Exactly. Unfortunately, there was a sushi promotion they did, the recipe for which has not hit the US servers at all ever. There was also a KFC cross-promotion that I missed. That was a few months before I started on US First Banner. As in, a few months before US First Banner. That was the one with KFC Duke and KFC Noel art, which never became skins. Okay, presently I'm the 7th Company's intelligence officer and also the one who proposed this war game. I used to ask on surveys for them to bring those recipes back. Then eventually I stopped because I realized they never do it. I remember now you're the one by Cider Lake. It's my thanks for your assistance in the Annihilate the Invasive Anglers operation, as well as your participation in Sooting's Wargame of Far of Armies Honorary Night. That was the other wargame event from this past summer. So I'm just an ordinary cog in the Knights of Favonius machine, so I'm honored that you remember me at all. Albedo mentioned... She mentioned Jean's mom, Frederica, last time, which makes you wonder if they'd actually add her, which would be interesting. Sorry, but I really don't remember you, because she's supposed to be another one of the Favonius captains. So Random is an ordinary cog, and the Knights of Favonius machine, basically the same thing. There's no need to spend too much time remembering my name. In any case, you have my thanks for assistance in the Annihilate, the Investigative Angler's operation, as well as your participation in Suiting's Wargame 5 Army's honorary knight. Yada yada. So about this Wargame, following that was a joint Wargame, yep, the event this past summer. I referenced the methods of the mill with the general staff to make monster chess pieces, which will be used to simulate fights between them. This will assist us in discovering the best ways of dealing with said monsters. It's just that I've expanded the variety of pieces based on intel received from our expedition force, such that we can simulate different combat environments. If we get the chance to work together, then again the Knights of Favonius will share this intel with our neighboring nations, the interest of enhancing our common security. See some rare creatures indeed. That is thanks to the expedition force, so that would be Varka and Snezhnaya. I doubt my imagination would have sufficed without the intel they brought back. Yeah, I imagine Varka is going to be playable either in Snezhnaya. The real question is, some leakers, quote-unquote, are saying that 6.0 is not going to be Snezhnaya, but a sort of filler or bridging arc in all the existing nations. But of course we won't know until, and it does seem that we'll at least get one port city in Snezhnaya, even if we don't get the whole region next patch. I doubt my imagination would have sufficed without the intel they brought back. Gathering intel has always been one of the most important components of our tactics, and it is also one of the most effective ways to avoid unnecessary casualties. It was 500 years ago that Grandmaster Arundelen said thusly, Arundelen mention. Sorry I got off topic. In any case, these game pieces were created based on the intel we gathered, and they should be enough to simulate the monster's true abilities. In any case, I've applied for permission from the acting Grandmaster, that would be Jean. Everyone is free to take part in these simulations. Our participants will be entitled to a thank you gift. So if you have the time honorary night, I personally hope that you too will take part in our simulations. After all, I doubt that there are many in Mondstadt know more about monsters than you do. See, I'll give it a go when I have time then. Thanks, we've already prepared the board so we can begin it at any time. Just as before, I look forward to learning from your commanding performance. Act honorary knights. But Arundelen is mentioned in the description of the Fairest Shadow Claymore, which specifically says that his fighting style used... No, that's in... That mentions Razor, whose cannon weapon is actually Fairest Shadow. It's Favonius Greatsword that mentions Arundelen's fighting style as... Single-handed form. Arundelen, 500 years ago, Grandmaster, had a longsword and greatsword together. Died out because no one was strong enough. Which is, interestingly, the fighting style of the Fume Knight boss from Dark Souls 2's DLC. Arguably the best boss in that game. At least I'd say so. He actually looks a lot like Capitano, which is funny. Okay, but... See, I didn't expect you to be interested in war games, and I fear I must correct you, Honorary Knight. This is not merely a war game. Merely a war game, but tactical training, which I must, with the utmost enthusiasm, recommend to my fellow knights. So this is a serious measure taken to achieve a serious goal, not a mere interest. A cog like myself does not have any interests. In any case, said that before, you say that everyone can participate. Could you elaborate a bit? Battlefield brings with uncertainty, no matter how thorough the investigation, the fog of war, which no wind can disperse, still shroud about 3/4 of it. Such, the more participants we get, the more likely we can simulate even the most unpredictable of monster behavior patterns, and that refers to the PvP aspect of this event. Strategy, in theory, can only be based on real tactical results, no matter what the battle situation. Only the success of our strategies can determine victory or defeat. Such simulations help to expose our weaknesses such that we knights can improve them in real future combat scenarios. Don't get it, but I just need to play, right? Precisely analyzing the simulation results is the intelligence officer's duty, Honorary Knight. You as the commander do not have to fret over these details, simply command. During the previous joint wargame, Terena of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, she showed up first in the Fungus event in Fontaine. The Fungus wargame-ish, RTS, I don't know, auto chess-ish event mentioned as saying Fontaine expects that everyone will do their duty, which is quote from an achievement-related one of the quests where you find a wrecked ship, actually. And then Terena came back for the shooting gallery event and the patch after that. That was last year in the winter. Seems to have been a famous quote from a naval commander there some long ago. Yes, because that would be Basil Elton, who had the Claymore, the title Shadow Craftable, a most outstanding figure indeed. She's actually named after a character from Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu, if I remember correctly. I'm in full agreement with this view. It applies to its knights too, in a sense. And that's kind of foreshadowing. That was foreshadowing how Gasoithoth, the big eye in the sky from last patch, was also a Lovecraft reference, that time an anagram of Yog-Sothoth. So yeah, the Abyss is all basically Lovecraft stuff, so it seems, and applies to us Knights too in a sense. When commander to soldier, so long as every cog in the machine fulfills its duty, operating in perfect accordance with orders given, should be sufficient to ensure Mondstadt's security. Only Emmettal, Sai, could understand this simple principle. She wouldn't give me a headache for making noise all day long. Well, at any rate, we have already prepared the board, so we can begin at any time. Just before, I look forward to learning some techniques from you on every night. Okay. A lot of dialogue in this single tree. Very interesting. Okay, and check. Speaking of which, you did mention a weakness previously. That's right, you have an excellent memory, honorary knight. Our previous joint wargame exposed our lack of strong range combat capabilities, which was Fontaine's specialty with our rifles. It is difficult for our projectiles to hit highly armored targets at a distance, but if they get close, we lose the positional advantages granted by our alchemical recon equipment. Interesting. Positional. To solve this, I've asked the acting Grandmaster to put Emmettal and the 7th Company into the 7th Company, so they can be together, kissy-kissy, develop miniature explosive arrowheads or similar substitutes, frankly speaking. I don't have any clue how far she's gotten, but as long as she doesn't blow my house up, I couldn't care less if she blew herself sky high. Wouldn't be the first time she's done that. In terms of results, she's not over on Solder Lake tinkering with her bombs day in and day out, so that's a mental health positive for me, even though she's still terribly noisy. With a nuke? Honestly, probably. It depends on which one. Raiden and Mavic are probably the strongest in terms of things you've actually seen them do. Though if Zhongli ends up being a Shade, or at least something more than an Archon, maybe that's different. I guess the question is, the biggest feat is probably either Mavica punching the sky open, or Raiden cutting about half of Inazuma in half. Positive for me, even though she's still terribly noisy. I think a modern military could match. They could do this. Though, of course, it depends on how Inazuma's islands would sort of scale in real life. How tall Musajin Gorge is actually supposed to be. But they might need nukes. I think they could do it. Without nukes, maybe not, honestly. I'll leave you to it then, Sue. Don't worry, you won't disturbing me either way. If there's anything I can help, if there's any intel you need me to gather, you need only ask honorary knight. Suppose the real question is just Raiden having that much strength does not necessarily mean she has that much durability. Oh yeah, probably. There's nothing stating that they have any kind of conceptual defense against physical force. There's one thing mentioned in highest speed. They don't really get into that. I would presume it's probably going to be something about Mavica with a motorcycle. But we don't know yet. That remains to be seen for next patch. But in Fate, servants are conceptually immune to modern weapons without any magic to them. If you shoot them with a bullet, it won't do anything. Because they're just beings of pure magic, essentially, that are not affected by weapons with a purely physical nature. Nothing like that is ever stated to my knowledge about Archons. I would frankly presume if Kaza with... The main thing is that Klee has a vision, but really she's just tossing bombs that are rather explicitly meant to basically be the equivalent of real-world high explosives. And you can say that they're augmented by elemental power, and there's no way to really compare that directly. I can pretty safely say, and Madoka is physically just human, just a really strong human. Question of what her durability is, and vision wielders do explicitly have durability exceeding a normal human. I know that's been stated somewhere, but quite frankly, if Kaza with a normal sword augmented by a vision can block Raiden's sword that presumably was not using the power it took to cut Inazuma in half, with the augmentation of a vision, which, again, is frankly probably not as important to Kuya's explosive powers, just having actual high explosives in a world that doesn't really have them. You drop a nuke on Raiden, she's dead. Unless she, I don't know, point of view Thymia's away, I think it's pretty safe to say that a nuke would kill Raiden. But that's just me spitballing. Yeah, go ask Hoyo. If you like that one guy who went to MiHoYo headquarters, and instead of asking about Honkai 3 bunny suits, ask about whether Raiden would survive a nuke. Yeah, but movement and reaction time are two very, very different things. I guess the question is, could Raiden just cut the nuke in half, prevent it from going critical? But at that point, maybe they could just airburst it. The question is whether she'd see that coming. It's just, what if they dropped 200 nukes on her? The entirety of America's nuclear arsenal. Which is presumably more than 200, but you know what I mean. Would she be able to see it all coming, react in time, and disarm every single one? Because if a single one makes it through, I'm pretty sure she's just dead. The power of a nuclear bomb is not the radiation itself. It's the explosive force. The radiation is only a question if you're able to actually survive just getting blasted with the incredible force initially. Not to mention the heat. That said, I think there is actually a pretty strong case that radiation would not affect her. Because radiation is partially, alpha radiation and beta radiation are particles. But gamma radiation is literally just a wavelength of light. And it's... Just a second. I feel like I have to look into this. Gamma... Yeah, it's... A gamma ray is just a kind of light. And also a kind of electromagnetism. It's... Yeah. It is honestly really screwed up. That electromagnetism is also visible light. I hate physics. But... There was a strong case that she'd be immune to gamma radiation. That said, it's hydrovision, hydro water, and physical water are not entirely the same thing. So it raises the question of whether she's immune to all forms of electricity or just electro, quote-unquote, if you catch my drift. Yeah, it's the power of plate tectonics. It's really funny that plate tectonics was devised by a geographer, Alfred Wegener, not a geologist, which is really funny. But, because it was all about making maps make sense, initially. But, she might be immune to gamma radiation. It's sort of, maybe she's immune to all radiation, maybe she's just immune to gamma radiation, maybe she's not immune to all radiation because electromagnetism or electro, quote-unquote, are different. But I think there's honestly a strong chance that she's at least immune to gamma radiation. But if she's taking a direct hit from a nuke, I don't think she's living that. I don't think she's living that. Yeah, exactly, just... Yeah, test that. Test that theory. Okay. Let's see. Give it to then to. Okay. It's time to actually get this started. If you max out the number of wargame medals, you will not receive more medals from further wargaming. Acquire combat units and stratagems. Form your lineup and wargame against your opponent. This is kind of like the autoplay TCG from this patch. Acquire combat units and stratagems. Form your lineup and wargame against your opponent. Winning 10 rounds of battle or losing 4 rounds will end the wargames to try to win as many rounds as battle as possible. I think, just mechanically, Rifthound Corrosion, well, it's interesting because it would protect from electro damage, but in terms of things that gradually eat away at you, those would be things like Bale Thunder or Sheer Cold. Well, Sheer Cold, not really. Bale Thunder goes through shields, and I think that's kind of the closest equivalent to radiation in the game. It lingers in areas with huge releases of electro energy. A shield won't protect from that. There's also Rifthound Corrosion, which is somewhat different. Bale Thunder is basically just a Fallout zone. So I think probably wouldn't. At least not all kinds. Yeah, I don't think anyone would survive a nuclear blast. Just the heat and the force. The craziest thing is that the firestorms that a nuke can produce, based on accounts from Hiroshima, can use up all air in the area. That even if you don't get burned by the flames or destroyed or just obliterated by the initial blast, it can suffocate you. I mean, 10 rounds of battle, losing 4 rounds will end the war game, so try to win as many rounds of battle as possible. Okay. Says Yoshi 31974, during exercise Surging Storm, you need to collect combat units and stratagems, form lineups, and do battle against the opposing lineup. Each wargame will consist of 10 rounds of battle. Different opponents will be encountered in each round. Yeah, you're super screwed if you get in a nuke vicinity. It's people who know things say, if you're gonna be anywhere close to a nuke, you want to hope you just get hit directly and die instantly, because you're gonna die eventually, no matter what, more or less. And the farther away you are, the more painful it's going to be. Before each round of battle begins, you will get a certain number of chances to draw combat units and stratagems. Each round will feature a certain number of opportunities to reset your choices. So you reset your combat unit or stratagem choices when selecting them. Combat units and stratagems you select will persist until the end of this wargame. Mental reaction. Yeah. Though a lot of it is about breathing in Fallout. If you take off the clothes and replace the clothes you're wearing, bag them up, stay inside, it can more or less be avoided, but you have to be smart. Deployed 6 levels. Interesting. Same elemental type, concentration shock. I'll go with this one. Sure. Concentration squad reserve. That might be good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Handyman, immune to electro damage, bad stacked electro and hydro to reserve. Fisticuffs. Oh, more electro slimes, you're kidding. Let's try to get a reaction in and oh, interesting, you can buff that up. Okay, unit level increased. That's fun. Electro charge, period of charging, hydro damage, and immobilizing weaker enemies. That actually, ooh, we could do some crazy, just a bunch of overloads. That's fun. For the battle starts, you can check your opponent's lineup and adjust lineup to match. Make the best of this opportunity. The battle begins. The combat units on both sides will automatically enter the field, advance towards their opponents, and attack. Okay. Different types of combat units are effective at countering certain other types. AoE damage units have a significant advantage over squad units. At the same time, melee units counter range units. Range units counter flying units, and flying units counter melee units. The really funny thing is just how lead has so many hilariously useful properties, but it's also hilariously toxic. I've seen people joke about it basically being some kind of cursed magic item from mythology in that sense. Melee units have extremely high combat resilience, can take more damage, can protect other units to some extent. Flying units can fly through the air, thus avoiding ground-based melee attacks and certain forms of AoE damage. Range units have long-range attacks with higher damage but are fragile in comparison to most range attacks and strike flying units. Okay, well, we got 3 stuff and interesting. Oh, the fire's gonna hurt my Electra, that's a shame. Got all of these for now, at least. It... Probably not, honestly, unless you want to talk about possible antimatter equivalents like antioxygen and antihydrogen. And these are all actually bots, by the way, based off of other people's selections. But, as I was saying, big thing is... Oh, goodness. Pretty much anything really high on the periodic table will only ever exist for nanoseconds in a cyclotron. Because the nuclei are just too big, too crammed to stay together for more than that time. Oh, and they literally just jumped over the arrows. That's hilarious. Okay. I'll take it. Interesting. Yeah, we're jamming. We're jamming. Okay, but the overloads are scattering them, but not doing much in the way of damage. Because it's dealing pyro damage, which they're immune to. But we are melting. Attrition warfare, more units join the battle, and we won! Yay. Okay. Combat strength. They're just spirited. During battle, the side that successfully defeats all opposing units is considered victorious. The wargame will end after completing 10 rounds of battle, or after being defeated in 4 rounds of battle. Win as many battles as you can, and win more wargame medals. Hydrofungus. Oh, we could get some kind of reaction spam here. Try to get something we don't already have. Handyman is... Well, actually, we want squad. The more we squad up, the better. Yeah, okay. Physical... We could get some superconduct going, maybe. But, of course, the more opportunities I might have to get more to upgrade. That's a good idea. Animo damage. It's basic. Cannot target flying. Can't target flying. Ranged melee. Cannot target flying. Melee. Flying. We should take some flying. Yeah, the underground natural nuclear reactor, right? Yeah, and all we basically found out was you were looking for uranium? Well, there was uranium here, and it's all gone. Oops, you were 2 million years too late. Okay, Hydroseason. Nobushi Kikobon. Let's try to get some team melee, team ranged. It's a team melee, team ranged, team flying. Team is good. I guess we could get some single target ranged, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Not even really use it, just... there it is. So you are... That's Hydro. We should adjust this order if at all possible. 1 Hydro-mimic Finch. AoE... Single target beats AoE. Oh, but melee beats ranged. Might not be as good an ideas. It's mostly Electro here. This might not be great for me. Well, okay. Let's go for it. Didn't even use it, I just got rid of it. Okay. Aha, we got those. Oh, but that explosion's not great. Yay! Just get knocked back. I like this guy. I like this guy. Combat intensifies. More units join the battle. Oh, that slash was not good for me. This is fun. I do like this. I want to try going for a max. I should have got some Hydro in here. That's okay. Now this is probably not going to be great for me. A lot of those are just immune. Okay. Alright. Go ahead and shoot and... No! What?! Just barely lost. You're kidding! As in legendary units? Okay. Round 1, 3, 5, 7 each wargame will gain 1 chance to draw stratagem. Stratagems can provide various buffs in the wargame, choosing them will have significant impact upon the outcome. If 2 combat units of the same rank, you'll instantly fuse them into 1 combat unit of higher rank. You can get combat units up to rank 3 this way. The higher the combat unit's rank, the higher its level and combat ability. Units are split in normal, elite, and apex classes, which each class starting at level 20, 25, and 30, respectively. As the wargame proceeds, the chance of more elite combat units appearing will also increase. Elite units will appear after round 2, and apex units will appear after round 5. Animo, interesting. This would be better for big units. I'm focusing on teams. Give units 2 extra chances to refresh. July form immune. Next time it enters battle. Gain 4 levels once by each unit. This is probably better in the end. Let's just try to get more elements on our side. Yeah, more or less. You know, Season. We'll level up our Season. Hope I get something better. Focus on that nice upgrade. Symmetry. You know, maybe. We need more kinds of... Yeah, this is okay. Kinds of units. You can switch out units that are currently of little use in exchange for a chance to draw a new combat unit. Each time you switch out... This is surprisingly mechanically complicated. Switch out a rank 1, 2, 3 combat unit will gain 1, 2, 4 reinforcement points, consume 3 points, gain 1 chance to draw a new unit. Well... I can do that later, honestly. The real question is... It's flying, and some of those are buffed up. Single target flying. So group melee. Can't target flying, though. That's something. Oh, so specters are just really good, then. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's why they're a bit of a higher level, because they... Ooh, Hilichurls and Eye of the Storm. Oh, wow. Storm, Hilichurl Ranger, Hilichurl, Eremites, Constipated Beasts. Eye of the Storm being in there was kind of crazy. Wow. Okay. Because there isn't much that really takes out the Spectre. Can't target flying, can't target flying. You'd want a team melee that can target flying, but nope. Interesting, but single target ranged, probably. In that case. That's the best thing I've got against that, then. That's kind of crazy to think about. That's ranged and single target, ranged, melee, and... melee group. This should be decent. Once that Spectre's taken out, we can work on there. And then you're immune to the electro damage there. Ranged. You have the melee group. Put you there then. Right. Probably try to get in just the ones that we've got a lot of stuff going with. Some of these are good, but then they're going to start reacting on the Finch. Still melee, though. And probably Seasons at the end. Melee, so they'll do well there. Unit type advantages, baby. Hopefully we get this going. Not much I can physically do here. That's okay. Ooh, that's damage. Alright. What? Already? Oh no. That's not good. I don't really have a great way to handle that. I should have sent in the Seasons on the Spectre, because now that Spectre is just going to be... Oh, a nightmare for the rest of the fight. Luckily, I'm taking out most of these enemies still, but... Even still, this is less than ideal. They're totally immune to that. And once that Spectre's down, it's not much else to do, but that Spectre needs to actually die. Right, the Season's ranged. Never mind. Why did I think the Seasons were going to be melee? I can't think. I can't think right now. Now those Seasons are good on Leo. Let's take this opportunity to level you up. Thank you. Danke. Let's actually refresh. Let's actually boost you up too. Thank you. And, oh, let's take the Bubbler. True Elemental Fontamer Shell. So to a spring attack doing 100 damage to a single enemy unit. With extra damage with an Electro Orb. Interesting. Oh, 2 more times to upgrade. So to get to 3, you need a lot more. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Bubbler is AoE ranged and then single target ranged. And flying's right at the end, so we can have you in as a cleanup. Especially since we want a lot of units sort of as a vanguard for the Bubbler Seahorse. So its shell doesn't break, because then it loses a pretty large amount of its power. Single target ranged, meaning melee group should handle it. Oh, and right, they're immune. They're immune to the shots, so you're not going to do much. Okay, in that case. Next up is another AoE range, so single target melee probably, and Swirl won't do much to you there. And you're also immune to that. Melee on you. Hydro Samatral, Hydro on Healing. Sensing Incantations, dealing 100 damage, single enemy ground unit. Single target range, so... Group melee would be good. You're kind of weak. This it doesn't really deal damage, especially not to a group. That should still be good, especially since it's just good to put our stronger ones in anyway. You're a good option. You're also a good option. At this point, we can just put in things that are strong. Okay. Cool. And you ain't gonna do much. We're just immune. You get stoned for a bit, but... Oh, well. Some damage, but not too much trouble. Thank you. And get that Electro Charge going. Thank you. It's ours, actually. Electro Charge. There we go. Oh, but... Oh, the explosion hits the Sissons. I don't like that. Okay, and... Oh, we already won? I'll take it. Okay, Elsa Polindo. Counter-offensive morale. Each time one of the members of your units is defeated, next unit enter the field, gain 2 levels in this round of battle. 1 chance to draw that only includes mystical beast units, and all will have their initial level increased by 6. That? Interesting. Oh, yeah. It's exciting. Drawing a Hilichurl unit in the preparation phase. 1 random Hilichurl unit will gain 5 levels during this wargame. Increased by 6. Includes mystical beasts, so I guess we're focusing on mystical beasts. Sure. Okay. Well... Mystical beasts... Yeah, why not? Let's make our Sissons stronger. So this is kind of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype kind of thing, then. It's fun. Hydromimic, let's go for the Consecrated Scorpion. Apex melee unit, large quantity of Electro Stings attacking for the first time after being destroyed. Electro damage in a huge area. It's continuously with its pincers doing AoE Electro damage. Okay. Let's see, Electro Spectre. Take fodder for being destroyed. Thunder Strikes deal AoE Electro damage, immune to Electro damage. Good. Okay. We just see that switching out a mystical beast unit, I will have their initial level increased by 6. That... Oh, right, because that's an extra and it'll merge. So who am I fine with losing? Honestly, Mimic Finch is not... Oh, that's Elemental Life Form, not Mystical Beast. Elemental Life Form. Mystical Beast. I am unsure whether there's anything I'm actually willing to part with at the moment. I feel like I should. Honestly, let's get rid of you. Switch out a Mystical Beast unit. Only includes Mystical Beasts. Show level increased by 6. Okay. Okay. And that just gets it back, but it's better. Cool. Interesting, but these aren't merged. I wonder how that adds in mathematically then. So that was basically for free. 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. We'll just do something again next round then. These are a little stronger. We could just double them. I'm not sure that was... That may have not been the right move, but these Sissons are good. That is true. They're not immune to Electro, though. Flying, range, and AoE. Yeah, we don't have AoE. In that case, it's very interesting. No, that is AoE ranged. So I guess we'll send you in first. We unranged, and... Though putting in the Seahorse first does not necessarily sit right with me, frankly. AoE melee and ambush. Single target flying. That's the Spectre. No, that's actually AoE flying. Huh. Same difference, really. Both tasty. Something like that. AoE flying. Single target ranged. Let's see. You're not very good. This should be fine, actually. The range is honestly more important than this part, frankly. That's what I need to focus on. Flying 2 flying shouldn't be too bad. And then this will put you on here because you're pretty high level. This should hopefully work. Make sure you match up those elements. And holy crap, the real official. Okay, cool. Electro bullet, but oh, that's right. You shouldn't really be breaking the shield then. And oh, well, that's just dead. I don't like that. Okay. Cool. You know, this is pretty darn good. Not miss. Completely miss, though. It's funky. Okay. Thank you. That bubble did not aim for anything. Weird. 5 out of 10. Next round with A. Baiju. Let's go for the legendary. Apex melee unit. 100 slime, large quantities of 100 bubbles. 100 damage immobilizing weaker enemies side perform spamming attacks, dealing AoE 100 damage. Let's buff you up. Thank you. Very nice. Sure. Well, actually, we can make our Electro Season really, really strong, and now it's level 46. I like that. Don't really have any Mystical Beasts I'm willing to part with at the moment, though. There's no way that I'm not keeping the Seasons in. They're just that cracked. Yeah, it's just the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are my friends. Single target ranged. So that's team melee, but... Oh, that's going to be a horrible matchup. You can fight her. Okay. Should be fine. It's team ranged. AoE melee. Don't really have that. Well, it's tough to say. Now that's actually perfect. That's also AoE melee, actually. Both of you are AoE melee. Well, of course, you've also got that. Most of the rest of your range, so it's your team units focus on the AoE range. AoE flying. Also AoE flying. It's decent. Then melee on a U down. Focus you with. Make sure I'm using all of my actually good units. It's okay. Ish. You guys are good. You can react with each other. Should be fine. Okay. Watch me get my rear absolutely kicked. Oh, baby. Don't like that. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're actually stuck. I think. Maybe. Come on, just take her out, take her out. Okay, and the scorpion. I mean, her scorpion is gone, right? Because she also had a scorpion. Right. Okay. And the scorpion is protecting my seahorse. Thank you. Oh, but... Ooh, we're taking out... War Master is going to be bad, bad, bad. Okay, shoot, please shoot. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Very nice. Now, this ain't bad, you just have to actually think about it. No, oh, not the Zikion. That's crazy. Rapid reinforcements, this is good. This is good. 3 chances, already have a rank 3. Nimble Harvester Numa. 6 remaining, let's buff the Electrospectre. Hydrofungus is okay, I guess. That's better. Huh. Huh. Well... Okay. The 4 remaining are just gonna chill then. Electro Slime, we'll go with the Clearwater. Sure. Maybe we buff up the Finch. Not a lot of... I like the shooter. I really do. Have you a 3? This is weak. Yeah, a lot of these we can probably switch out then. Let's get another chance to draw to hope we can make something got stronger. Sure. 1 new unit. Why not? Why not? Okay. No. Okay, fair enough. It's alright. Understandable. I'll let that sit there for a bit. Thank you very much. See you around. I think I'm actually going to delay tomorrow's stream by a couple of hours, actually, so just be aware of that. Okay, melee team. Team ranged. Melee AoE beats that pretty handily. Not immune to Electro, though. That's a good combo, just to make sure we take that shield down. Team, that's actually a team too. Team ranged, AoE, melee. Yeah, pretty good. Single target flying. Team ranged. That. But you'd be immune. Seasons will handle that, honestly. Melee flying on. That should still work. Honestly. Actually, the Clearwater. Clearwater should... Oh no, but they're lower levels. It's the higher starting level that really makes most of the difference. Should still be fine. Okay. Alright. Can't do much. Come on. Blow them all up. There we go. Okay. Got you in there still. That said, we'll instantly break those darn shields down. Thank you. Oh, you're dead already. Okay. Come on, just... Yep. Spectre did not get the season, so there's not much they can do now. Cool. Slash... Overload's pretty good for me. Thank you. Aim over there. Should conduct pretty okay. Thanks. But... Oh, there are limits. Severe limits to what I can actually do to you here. It's gonna have to be Hydro now. What? Okay. Well, that was... tragic. Okay. Stern Shield Crab. Pyro Shield. Hilichurl, let's make those shooters stronger. Thank you. Level 40. Sure, let's take the Frost Arm. Armor, enhanced, take less damage, set period of time, subject to enough reactions. And Clear Water gets stronger. Cool. Let's focus on those affinities. You know... think... switch you out. Sure. You have your rank 3. Okay. Maybe that's not so bad. That's... might be pretty good. Maybe. Because I'm trying to actually use that Mystical Beast stuff, and it ain't crazy. Melee, AoE... AoE melee. Single target melee. AoE melee. Thank you. It's good too. Oh, but the reactions are gonna make that pain. Okay. Flying. You don't have anything flying, Pyro. Should hopefully be able to handle the Hilichurl there, but still. Maybe. Flying and team. Okay, the Sissons will handle that pretty well. Single target flying. Team ranged. That. But I don't want them to get taken out because they're really the only thing I can use to handle Hilichurl. You know, sure. That basically turns into an AoE unit. After that. Single target ranged, group, melee. Well, actually, still pretty good there. Well, 30. AoE melee. Single target flying. Yeah, that can work. This, sure. Cut at high levels. Let's try this. See if this one works. Come on. Come on. And got that shielded. Nice. Cool. Oh my goodness, that was a struggle. Okay. Oops. Okay. Thanks. Buddy aim for you. That's nice. Just get rid of you entirely. Come on, come on. Oh, already there. I don't like that. Come on. Oh my goodness. It's not good and it hits. It hits. Melee? What? Oh my lord. Okay. Oh, that's something. Let's go for the Gale Hunter, sure. Together doing AoE animo damage. Ruin Guard already have that at level 3. Oh. Strong staying power. Consecrated, that's good. Hydra Hilichurl Rogue stronger, that's good. Focus on making those legendary units stronger. Okay. That, alright. Life form, and that's elemental life form again. Well, okay. Scorching. Frost Arm better. Frost Arm is better. Okay. I could take that. I can be happy with that. Flying, well, to be fair, the legendary ones are just good in addition to having a higher starting level too. That... Flying and... AoE. AoE flying, sure, that's fine then. Have a lot of flying. Basically just trying to send out as many legendary units as we can, maybe. Single target ranged. Melee team. Or... Or... Oh, but that would react. Melee. Yeah, we flying, so single target ranged is good. That's... Don't get a lot of single target there. Legendary. You can really just get screwed up here, wow. Okay. I'm sure someone's made some kind of strategy post. Cannot target flying, but it can certainly hit them. At target flying, okay, well. That might be trouble, but the Sisson should honestly be able to handle it. Sure. And... I'll go with... Flaming Feathers, AoE power damage. That's fine. Let's hope this works. Got one more fight after this, if so. Can't target me. Can't target me. Oh, but that... And I'm immune. Okay, cool. Thank you. Just melt that. Melt that. Super conducts. Not bad. Thanks. Cool. And that did not hit, I don't think. Oh, great. Oh, that's gone at least. Oh my goodness. I don't like the Eye of the Storm. I really don't like the Eye of the Storm. Come on. Flaming Feathers, Flaming Feathers. Come on. Okay. Please take them down. Make this happen. You're frozen and I don't like that. I don't like that. Cool. Thank you, Fly. These Sissons are my best friend. Korean Rathesli. Oh my goodness. Cryo Slime. Hydro Rogue. We might be able to make something beautiful happen. This is good. That's good too. 40. Fresh for something legendary and well, no. Okay. Well. I think we got a pretty good team. So I find the units, that would be good, and then just try to fish for upgrades. We're using the Sissons, that's guaranteed. Here we melee. We melee, you are good. Kairagi is flying team. Yep. It's a good option too. Single target range, team melee. Who can really take you down? Honestly, if we just counteract with that, that should be okay. Power into dual blades. Just hit melee with melee. These are really the best options we've got. This is heavy AoE. These are all single target. These are all... No, that's a team unit too. Huh. AoE melee. Flying single target. No, that's AoE too. AoE range. AoE melee. It's team melee, meaning... Flying AoE. That It's worth a shot. Honestly, we'll see if we can trap you then. As much legendary as possible, as high level as we can get. AoE melee cannot target flying. Melee. Single target beats AoE, and you can't target flying. Use our strongest units. Okay. Inshallah. Can we survive our rounds? Can we survive our rounds? Okay. Burn it all down. Burn it all down. And oh my goodness, that was less than ideal. And you're kidding? You are kidding. And oh my what? Oh my what? Okay. Hit and well, that is also not great. I thought that would be a lot better than it actually was. Wow, this is actually pretty awful. A lot of these units just I have no way of handling. Yeah, your range. That's ridiculous. Okay, well. We got... Okay. We beat 10. We didn't win by winning, but at least we played 10. Okay. Oh, and that's not even enough medals. I got to do this at least one more time. Uh-huh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. 6 victories. You could probably go for 10. Now, what's the strategy? Surging Storm strategy. Right. Target immunity. Summary, yeah, okay. Just gotta keep refreshing. There aren't really guides on this. Yeah. Okay. Humans, Hilichurls. Every time you recruit a Hilichurl, +5 level. Okay. Feel tall. Humans are good. The benefits of being human. Humans and Hilichurl. Okay. Combat unit. Draw 1 combat. This is good. Reaction. Level increased by 3. I like this. It's attrition. We pyro damage. Pyro, that's good. Let's try going for humans. Ooh, that's already buffed. Nice. Wow. Just focusing on that then. And you know, I like a good hydro system. Okay, cool. Oh, because we got multiple of those that haven't condensed yet. Okay. Put you there. Probably actually should have saved not saved the better ones for last. Will you resist? Probably shouldn't. Oh, but you're healing yourself. Well, you were trying. Oh, because the shockwave. I don't like that. Okay, good. Already gone. These guys are just, yeah, pretty ridiculous then. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wow. Okay, 1 degree. That's already... Wow, okay. I'll take it. Treasure Hoarder Scout, and also better. Oh, what seems to be the case is just... There are fewer human units, so it's a lot easier to get them all together. I see, okay. Now I see. Interesting. Okay. It's guaranteed reinforcements. I wonder if that accumulates. And they literally can't target me. There you go. I like these seasons. I appreciate them. Oh, well. Might not be as great. Okay. Well. Damage is fantastic. Okay. Power Potion here, although there's just one of them. Ooh, oh, okay. Well, let's keep on going. Zora. Human morale boost. Oh, okay. 7 levels during this round of battle. That's good. It's like Hydro, chance to refresh. That's real good. Have it at rank 3. Handyman, sure. Have that, okay. Hilichurls. Handyman, okay. Keep on going, and yep, now we're at 2 points, so we can just snowball over time. That's fine. Melee. Start off strong. Flying. It's on you, but it's just one of those guys. Okay. Okay. Let's make this happen. And it's, yeah. 4 different types of human faction. This should be very good for me. Yeah, we're jamming. Oh, well, maybe not. Potioneer is just really good, it seems, because of that AoE. Yeah, pretty plainly. Okay. We got a pretty nice boost there. Come on, come on. Boom. Oh, that was poor targeting. Come on. Decent and... Oh, that's their healer, though. Dumb. Thanks. Please live. Please live. Okay. Oh, we should be fine. This should be fine, yeah. Effects of levels are pretty important. Yeah, there we go. Entered sudden death mode. 2 victories. UA. Clear water? Yep. Always the humans. And Sunfrost. 2 more times to upgrade. Humans? Sure. Yep, okay. We got points, right? Oh, that... Interesting. So if you don't use up those points, it's not going to go over to 3 and get you a free switch, right? Or is it... Is it gonna... Drawn combat unit? I might have messed that up slightly. Maybe. Either way, we gotta focus on just using humans. Well, 4 different types of human faction units. All of your units gain human morale boost. Aw. Sure. These guys are still highest level, and we do have some elements, so... Melee AoE. Nice, Sunfrost on you. Here we melee ambush. Single target. Sure. Vaporize that. And range... Melee flying, but you don't have any flying on humans. Interesting. Melee team, actually. Order handyman. These affinities as best as possible, and well, at this point it's kind of silly. Okay. Keeping you in the back, that might screw me over. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Should be fine. Okay. Oh, alright. Okay. Not great. That's damage. Okay. I really wanted you to fight the Finch instead. That was a poor matchup. Okay, alright. Oh, my goodness. Well, alright. Some range going on, now we got reactions. This should be okay now. Oh, the knives are piercing. That's good. Yeah, just the level boost to everyone from being human. That's good. Hilichurl morale boost. Interesting. 2-3 types. So the best combination would be... No, we want rapid reinforcements. We're focusing on humans. Sure. No. Okay. not getting humans. That's something. So we can take this in, but this is not what I wanted. Okay. Alright. Certainly less than ideal. Change out a few of you then. Sure. Sure. Kikoban. Why not? Okay. Let's build high. I don't have much else to change out. We only need 4 human units anyway. This is a good option. Do take a while though. I think this would be a better option as things are. Oh no, that's a 2 of them. Yeah, this is still going to be better. Target. Do want to strengthen those. Honestly, this would be better. Just get you on the field as fast as possible. Flying. We don't have a lot of flying options, yeah. Again, it's humans. Humans don't fly. It's keeping some good flying options is probably the way to go. As a result. Figure something else out. Sure. One of you, but flying Thunderbolt. You're immune to that though. Do I like this? Seems like a decent enough team to attempt. Okay. We won't do much. Cool. Thanks. Oh, that was unpleasant. And yeah, you're just gone. That was actually really, really bad, and oh my goodness. Wow, I did not expect it to be that bad. Okay, okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that affinity combination was really, really bad. I was not expecting it to stop me in my tracks like that. Okay. Sure. Karagi. Yep. Scorching War Master, that's real good. Okay. Range on flying, single target, pyro damage, but that's got AoE too. That, the sooner we deploy you, the better. Melee. Melee AoE. That. Focus on putting out my strongest units too. Rather unpleasant issue with one of you. AoE ranged. Melee single target. Okay. Send you out. Ranged. Single target. That is a good enough unit. One way or the other, frankly. Okay. Right. Team range. AoE melee. That's tough. Even still, these guys are good. We'll do it like this. Okay. You're not anywhere, though, to be fair. Have a lot of good. Hydro Slime. Yeah, sure. Put you down there, too. This should be fine for me, then. We get someone to try to protect that Pyro Potioneer. Okay, cool. Boom. There we go. Oh, but that was not a great way to... Oh, okay. Oh, that was terrible. She really needs an escort. Okay. Alright. Alright. Human level bonus is really good, though, still. Okay. Potioneer's good. This is... We're fine. We're fine. She needs someone to take the heat off her. Okay, this is good. Let's keep going like that. Kikobon, sure. Some human options. We'll take that. Okay. Sure. Switch that out. Okay. I guess that's worth taking. Maybe. Sisson could be good. Maybe. Just gotta find a way to break that shield. You'd be good at that, frankly. But... Ranged, melee, team. Sure. Melee team... I mean, melee single target. Single target, but... No, you really want... I want to get you in as quickly as possible. That'd break that shield too. Team... Flying... You know, probably, honestly. Then we'll have more than enough humans. Oh, we got another seahorse. Okay. Then we need you. Just, Electro is going to be terrible here, so... Alright. Let's make this happen. Very fun event. I like this. Okay, Ooh, But that was significant AoE damage, frankly. Okay, keep you occupied while Scorpion does Scorpion things. Come on, Scorpion, do Scorpion things. Okay, but you're not targeting... Oh, we did some pyro things there. That's good. Seems like a lot of them literally just missed. It's not as good. Okay, well... Yeah, the Eremites are just stupidly good. That's... known. Okay. Okay, I'll take it. Doing okay for ourselves. Veldora. 2 more times to upgrade. Okay. Kairagi. Cool. Top and Warmaster better. I like this. Switch our units. Sure. One more unit and... Sure, okay. Either way, I know someone who's definitely showing up here. Flying single target, so... Team ranged... That's... You then, I suppose. And then... Ranged, melee... Target. The sooner we get you on field, the better, frankly. Single target ranged. Team melee again. Sure. Should we get the right ones in? Ambush might be a problem there. Sooner the better, frankly. So I'm getting good units on the field. Flying, that should actually be pretty good against flying. Single target range, so... Team melee again, but we've already got you on field. Melee, melee, melee. It's a good option. Especially if, can they be scorched? I don't know. Well, need you in here and okay, well, that was weird and funky. Weird and screwy. Need actually single target. Yeah. We will put you on there as soon as possible, frankly. Yeah. Then melee. Single target, but they actually got pretty good AoE. We want you on as soon as possible, probably. Same level though. Never know. Sure, and AoE flying. We need someone to target flying. You'll do the job. Team AoE though. No, it's probably Kikoban. This should be okay. Got our 4 human units. We're alright then. Oh, you're not strong. Okay. Okay. It just missed! It just missed completely. Okay. Well, that's gone, and you're not stunned. Okay. Cool. Very, very good. Pyro Potion here is just good. Yeah, that's a known fact. And you're not strong enough to do much of anything, then. Wow, the AoE explosion was pretty weak, too. Wow. Oh, the Scorpion missile was kind of wasted, but... Oh, wow. Wow. The humans and Hilichurls are good. Frankly, the Mystical Beasts were a trap. There we are. Right to level 40. We have that at 3. I guess that's decent. Sure. Some more legendary units to put in if we feel like it. Team melee. You in there too. Gale Hunter would be nice to get, but the elites are a waste might be a strong word, but becoming a tougher bargain. Don't really need the Sissons, and that was a bad idea. Okay. I tried. You. Single target ranged, meaning melee team. That does the trick too. Who do we... That would actually be pretty good. It's the Scorpion. The Scorpions are weaker to Pyro. Now that I think about it. Flying on you... it really is just a matter of send them in. Send them in. Good amount of these guys. Sure. I think this should be fine. Have enough strong units. They all get pretty crazy buffs from being high level. We don't need to worry, really. Yeah. Let's keep kicking them. Cool. Go ahead, toss your dude. And... alright. Not crazy high damage. Oh my goodness, that was crazy high damage. Okay. And the Scorpion is actually not dead. Oh my goodness. That was... yeah, less than ideal. Come on. Burn him, burn him. Yeah, this is pretty good. It really is just, why are you not targeting the Scorpion? Okay, there you go. That... the AI on this has certain weaknesses. Sure. That's okay. Well, it's the final round. This one is for all the marbles. Sure, let's go for the Eye of the Storm. And there's not much else we can really do here. Just pull out all the stops, I guess. Do we have a team character who can just blast him then? Well, melee on melee is okay. Imagine getting a level 50 unit there. That'd be kind of crazy. 3-star legendary. It's just only possible in the most generous sense. Okay. There we melee, flying team. I got rid of my seasons. Great. Okay. Well, it's pretty good. Putty gotta break that shield as fast as possible, honestly. And get a team up in there. This is kind of tough. And Eye of the Storm. You know, let's try to get some reactions in there. And this determines whether I get an 8 wins or 10 wins. Okay. And that didn't hit me. Very good. Yeah. Can't target flying, huh? Yeah, that's how it happens. Cool. Do not hit the scorpion, please. Oh, well. Okay. Thanks. Scorpion's gone, but it's not as if she's useless. Let's summon any more. Oh, I was not expecting that slam. Yeah, this is good. We're doing fine for ourselves. Half of our team was still alive, and that's 8 wins. And that's a 4,000 out of 4,000 medals. So we just did that twice. That was fun. I don't know. I kind of want to try that again. I'm sure it'll come back eventually. Oh, we get something special for beating it all. Thank you. Thank you for your help, Honorary Knight, and your helper in white. You are indeed the famed heroes of Mondstadt. Your wargame records are marvels worthy of repeated breakdown and analysis. I just spammed human units after realizing mystical beasts were trash. Frankly, if I had looked up, hey, humans are good, I could have done that from the first go-around, but I didn't. So we did it from the second go-around on, and the second go-around was also the only go-around. Okay. Okay then. Alright. Thank you for... Okay. Go us, just glad I could help. Yes, this wargame has gone very well indeed. Both the 7th Company and the Knights as a whole gain much from analyzing these results. That's why our efforts to improve security in the area surrounding Mondstadt should go more smoothly. For example, we'll be better able to deal sudden attacks of slimes on older folk, or Hilichurls attack assaulting caravans. You know, Palmet somehow feels like that's happened way too many times. Wait, does this mean they'll never happen again? Nope. Commissions forever. Right. It'll take some time, but we... Oh, it's Emmetall. Phonia, listen, oh, it's you, Honorary Knight, and your helper in white. Hey there. What is it this time? Come on, what's with that face? I was just going to give a report regarding the war games. What about the Squid Games? Anyway, while I was wargaming in silence, just as you requested by the by, I discovered something incredible. And super duper incredible, and that's absolutely right. See, even though these are just simulations, if we multiply explosive power by 10 times, when that miniaturized explosive arrow we developed previously be enough to beat a ruin guard in one hit? Question mark, question mark. Let me just ask you this first. Why did you have to multiply the power by 10? Well, that would make the simulation results prettier, wouldn't it? I mean, it might not be possible in real life, but such data is always exciting, right? I can't believe she assumed a spherical cow and invented p-hacking. So as long as we work hard toward that goal, we might someday get those very results to create a beautiful explosion that is almost 1/10 of a Jumpy Dumpty's power. So it's 100 times that of the explosive arrow. Jumpy Dumpty. Well, you should have multiplied the explosion's power by 100 times then. Oh, right, well that's Phonia for you. If we multiply the explosive power by 100 times, then we could defeat just about any monster. St. Kui can do it then. Especially if you also use the enhanced model equipped with the Spiky Fish King type tactical core from the Fish Blasting event that could destroy a whole group of ruined graders with one shot. Really? Then why stop there, and why not multiply it 10 million times and nuke? Perhaps we might even blow the Phonies Cathedral up to work and have a nice chat with the Fontaine Research Institute in the sky on top of the plateau. Then once the church strings you up for all to see, I can finally cut ties with you and find a normal tenant to rent out my house to. They were roommates. Oh, I was kidding, you know, just kidding, I swear. Don't worry, so was I. Your direct superior in any case. Were you to be strung up in public, I'd be on the hook for negligence as well. Besides, I can't find anyone to rent the house out to anyway. So the joke's that you don't actually have prospective tenants. Wait, that's a terrible joke. Anyway, thanks Sam for your help, you too, and Emmetall. When you get back, you're going to reflect on changing simulation parameters of your own accord. No arguing. Alright. Got any new dialogue? Ah, yeah, greetings, Honorary Knight. The game board has been reset. You may begin your simulations at any time. How's the wargaming gone? Well, thanks to you, we've already come up with standard combat procedures for most common monsters. If you're interested, you'll be able to find these procedures in our library once we're done putting them together. But with your immense strength, I doubt you would need these strategies designed as they are for ordinary knights. Perhaps you might even critique rather than check them. In any case, until our analytic assignment ends, feel free to perform simulations as you please, as many times as you please. With the weakness you mentioned before, okay. Right, me speak of the contradiction between the range advantage gained granted by chemical recon gear and the significant reduction in current weapon effectiveness at long ranges. Discuss this issue with our outrider, that is Amber, after the previous joint war games. Our final conclusion was that our most efficient way forward is to improve the weapons themselves. Amber with a gun. Longer range, faster rates of fire, greater payload strength. As to how we can achieve that, I'm not so sure. That's Emmetall's area of expertise. Sure, she's dumb and noisy. Her head has nothing in it besides explosives. She often falls behind on rent. She can't even cook, but when it comes to weapons developed, she knows her duty as a cog. So I choose to trust her judgment. No matter what she gets up to, I will provide support within reason. That said, I must confess that this idea of digging a cone-shaped cavity inside bombs to increase their explosive power sounds like a load of hogwash. In real life, that's the principle behind shaped charges. I mentioned this in the fish blasting event. Yeah, heat, high explosive anti-tank. The moon row effect, the focusing of blast energy by a hollow void cut on a surface of an explosive. Hollow charge effect. Interesting. Yeah. Gunpowder is not a high explosive and is incapable of producing a shock wave the sharp shaped charge effect requires. Interesting. Yeah. Cone. Yeah. Okay. Purely kinetic. But in real life, that works. Okay. I'll leave it to you then, Sue. Don't worry, you weren't disturbing me either way. If there's anything to help with, or if there's any intel you need to gather, you know, we ask on a rare night. Okay. What else am I... Oh, I did not mean to shoot her. I feel bad now. Okay. Thank you. See anything else if I click on the weakness? There's a cog. Shaped cavity. I'll leave it you to it then. See you. Don't worry. Okay, same as the other one. Let's see what Emmetall has to see now. See now. As for stability, Tailvin's might. Hello there, Honorary Knights. I've been company's weapons officer, Emmetall. Your duty. What orders? Anything new? Or what are you doing? Okay, and... Okay, I think her dialogue's slightly different now, yeah. Reporting in as per normal, I'm working on new bomb structures, and as per Favonia's request, I'm wargaming in silence, so it's to spare her ears the damage. Seriously, it's not like she needs to recognize voice patterns anymore, but still she calls me noisy, asks me not to get close, saying that intel gathering is also a test for the ears. Come on, isn't that just too much? And how's your work going? My work going in the development of long-range weaponry. Well, it's going well. Thanks for your concern, Honorary Knight. As for details, would I get the brief version and the slightly more thorough one? Let's have that simple spiel. Okay, yeah, this is... It's the same as before, it seems. Except for maybe the third one? Okay, yeah. This is all same as before. Okay. It's interesting they're talking about real-world bullet casings. As well as shaped charges. Yeah. Right, did you get anything useful from the simulations? Well, to be honest, Honorary Knight, apart from testing the explosion radii of several different types of explosives, I'm not sure I found out much. I mean, I'm not the smartest when it comes to understanding complex tactics, that I can't blow things up as I please in this new game of Favonius. I mean, not a single parameter change, really. So it's fine, I'll let it slide. She did help me a whole bunch back when we were on Dodoko's bombastic escapades, after all. It's fine, continue as you were. You have to worry about me. Just let me know if there's anything you need help with, Honorary Knight. Let's check. Battle records. Actually, it's not showing me the strategy. Not showing me the information on specific units. Should make sure to collect the actual rewards. Challenge rewards. Only 7 rounds, so you need to get 7 rounds that way. Okay, well. I wasn't even particularly aiming for any of these. Just going for high tier units and going for victory. At least 3 rounds, the only one needed for Primogems. The rest are all talent books, experience books, and artifact juice, but I will always appreciate a good artifact juice. The 3rd and 5th day after the event starts, the upper limit for Wargame medals will be raised by 1,000. Well, that happened a while ago. Thank you. Lots and lots of these. Good, good, good. Game medals all the way to 4,000. This is, yep, the 400, and then the remaining 20 here, and they have not diverged from 420 is set amount of Primogems from a normal event. Very, very regimented. You know, honestly, given that it seems I need to enter the game to actually check the information on every single piece, I guess I need to get started. I did a human-focused one last time. Let's... in this round. Undeployed. Max of 18 in this way. Mental concentration. This ain't great. I kind of want to give up and restart until I get the Hilichurl one. Reserve member. That's not bad. Concentrate on the Hilichurls. I abandon. Sure. Start over. Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay. Round 1. Give up. Okay. Here's one that gives you more stuff for Hilichurls. That ain't bad. Yeah. I guess we can try the Hilichurls, but this is not perfect. Whatever happens this time, I'm just gonna take it, especially since I'm really mostly here to just read the Encyclopedia of Pieces. And then just try one more go around. Okay. Jaylee. Oh, I didn't abandon it. Yeah, we have to not leave for now, but abandon. There's one buff you can pick that just gives you a bunch of extra levels when you pick a bunch of human units for the fight. That's what I used last time to get those 8 victories. There's one for Hilichurls. Drake. Of each unit type. Assault leader, 2 levels. That's not amazing. I don't like this. I don't like that at all. Didn't even get 2 Hilichurl units, and I want to go for Hilichurls on this one. If they give me the human buff again, I guess I'll go humans. I don't think they will. Oh, wait. I quit to leave for now instead of quit again. I'm stupid. Okay. There's no way to just repeat, unfortunately. Oh well. In terms of primos, I've got... oh, goodness. 312 rolls just in the pipe waiting for Sitwali and Mavika, so we'll see how much it takes to get them. See how far I need to go in. You again. This is fine. Shooter's good. Can't target flying, really. Okay. Well. This is actually really, really strong. It's a really good unit, and sure. Stick with you. Go for this. They're all flying, which means range units are going to work pretty well here. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I was lucky just to have a really good advantage here, but don't imagine that can persist forever. Alright. Mihail. Hydro Hilichurl and Electro Hilichurl Shooter. Cool. Nobody's getting buffed at the moment. That's okay. Just gonna stick to the churls. But we don't have any melee. That's a thing. That will freeze you. That is true. Let's do it like this. This should be fine. Just bullet spam with you guys and... Oh, you're frozen in midair. It's really funny and... Oh, and then it goes on the ground. That did not kill them. Okay. That's death. And you can melt, you can melt, you can melt. Nice. Very good. Heal us, heal us, heal us. Thank you. Oh, but that's Animo and unable to target flying, right? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. The healing, honestly, if that Hilichurl can stay alive. The question is, of course, when we deploy it. This ain't bad. Oh, Mystical Beast. Mystical Beast morale boost. Huh. Hilichurl Human Martial Arts. Fast attack tactics. That's actually really good. Interesting. That's nice. Hopefully that increases my healing proficiency too. So I guess we're just going to try to spam them down. Okay. Don't really have a lot of melee. Not a lot of AoE, that's decent. Okay. Melee, flying, and... Yeah, we don't have any flying. Oops, but... You work real well against that Finch. And you're sending the Finch out first, which is not actually a great idea for you as a result of that. Okay. And I guess we'll just maybe go for the remaining shooters. Cool. Yeah, reaction spam with you guys. Really want that Hilichurl morale boost though. Just get frozen in midair. Yep, yep, okay. Ooh, well, okay. Well, alright. And that heals you up at... Oh, that was not great. I don't like that. Come on, and Electro Charge on you. That was good too. And just see who we can hit. This was not great. That wasn't great. Oops. Jahir. Can't target flying. Yep. This could be decent. Oh, but we need some flying unit, honestly. We don't have a flying unit. It's a powerful option we got right now. And... AoE on that. That's decent. Okay. That... Good against you guys. Should be. Targeting the... But we don't have a lot of melee. This should be fine, but... I want that Hilichurl. I really do. That Hilichurl buff. Let's see how far this takes us. Oh, and of course I still need to read the actual... Thanks, and... Oh, baby. That ain't great. Ooh, oh, and... Oh! That's why you don't do that. That's the issue with the Hydro Hilichurl, right? I didn't even think about the effect of the application. Well, we got our guys coming out faster. That should be good. Okay, cool. It's not always great. Okay. Crucito. Hilichurl morale boost. Let's do it. I'll do it. Okay. Cry Hilichurl shooter. And Pyro Hilichurl shooter. Sure. Okay. I like it. I like it. Let's just actually look at all these. I was gonna do that. Yeah. Oh, all of these are on there. Guaranteed reinforcements. Salt Leader, Tides of Fortune. These are ones you start with. Random choice. Elemental Shock. That's good. Squad reserves. Elemental concentration. I like this one. Flaming front one for Pyro. Flaming Frosty. Farthest forward. This is pretty weak, honestly. Flooding. Electrifying Flurry. Oh, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it's... Geo and Dendro. It only deals physical damage anyway. I guess they just... Dendro's too complicated, and they didn't want to have to think of how are we going to make Crystallized work. Iron Frontline, Elementless, Troll Morale Boost, Elemental Morale Boost, Mythical Beast Morale Boost, Human Morale Boost, Hilichurl Training, or Random Hilichurl. That's not as good as Morale Boost. Elemental Activity, Immune to Damage, enters battle 4 levels, that's weak too. Human Martial Arts, also weak. Cooperation, switching out. I tried that first time, it was weak. This unit gains 2 levels. Member is defeated, gain 2 levels. Battle Fever, defeats, regains 25. That's pretty good. Fast Attack is also good. First, steady advance 10 levels, 8 levels. 3 chances. I like that one. Luck prevails. 2 extra chances to refresh. That's actually pretty good too. All these got crazy descriptions. Troll Fighters, basic melee unit. Each squad has 4 members. They use clubs to attack enemies dealing physical damage. They have a fearsome offense, but they are rather frail. Game piece based on Hilichurl fighters. Each unit has 4 fighters. The primitive wandering inhabitants of Tevat's wildernesses, they are tribal warriors with a simple belief in the power of their physical prowess. The prower of their physical prowess. Compared to the massive mighty trolls, they are far nimbler. In battle, their club-wielding style of fighting is more similar to ordinary soldiers. They can sometimes even cooperate well with their companions, making them an excellent sample for researching team fighting tactics. Team fight tactics. Basic ranged unit, Electro Hilichurl shooter. Squad has 2 members. They fire electro arrows at enemies, dealing electro damage. Suited to being deployed in the rear, attacking enemies from the back ranks. A game piece based on Electro Hilichurl shooters. Each unit has 2 shooters. The primitive wandering inhabitants of Tevat's wilderness. These archers wield simple crossbows. Their arrowheads are crafted from carved electro crystals that will deliver an electric shock upon impact. Based on field observations, Hilichurl shooters will cooperate with their comrades who are better suited to close-quarters combat, forming the basic elements of combined arms combat tactics by coordinating ranged fire with melee attacks and understand concentrating firepower on key targets. Hilichurl shooters are therefore considered a standard ranged unit, useful for undertaking in-depth research that will produce easily applicable results. Basically, the same simple crossbows and unmelting ice surrounds their arrowheads. Ice arrows. Pyro arrows, electro... not cryo, but ice arrows. So archers wield simple crossbows, and their arrowheads are coated with a thin layer of flammable material. They can set their targets on fire. That's the same. Pyro Hilichurl shooter. Hydro Samatril. Cannot target fly units. Casts Healing Rain. When Hydro Healing. Resets incantations. Single enemy ground unit. Hydro damage after a short period. Game piece based on Hydro Samatrils, a wizened mumbling Hilichurl, and that chances the power of Hydro. Reasons unknown, they have mastered the secret of summoning water and rain. Hydro often plays a pivotal role on the battlefield. Yep, it's good. Effectively using the effects created by its power can yield considerable advantages. Using these commonly found Hydro Samatrils is a starting point to research water-based tactics. It not only acts as a cost-saving measure, but allows for steady incremental progress. Spreads the message of Animo. Reasons unknown, they have mastered the secret of commanding the flowing winds, whirlwinds to attack it. AoE animated ground units, counter flying units, vortex, after being destroyed, sucks in, deals animo damage. Animo often plays a pivotal role in the battlefield, yep, and effectively using the effects created by its power can yield considerable advantages. Animo-based tactics, not water-based tactics. But of course, in Chinese and Japanese, it's the same word for water as a substance, and water is an element. Melee units, with its massive axe, deal AoE pyro damage to nearby foes. Blazing Axe Mighty-Troll, a game piece based on Blazing Axe Mighty-Trolls. Muscular Hilichurls who wield large two-handed axes, strong enough to infuse their battle axes with remarkably destructive pyro-elemental energy. They can seriously pressure a defensive line made up of ordinary humans. In addition, Blazing Axe Mighty-Trolls are widely distributed. Their numbers are nothing to sneeze at. They can be considered a mainstay frontline unit among monsters, and by focusing research and understanding the characteristics of their combat, generalized tactics for dealing with similar-sized monsters may be formulated. Two-handed axes Uses large strikes and uses electro slimes to infuse their axes with electro. Their woes are very lethal, and they can seriously pressure a defensive line made up of ordinary humans. It's the same there. Hydro Hilichurl Rogue, Hydro Bubbles, Apex Melee, spinning attacks with a scythe. Game piece based on a Hydro Hilichurl Rogue. Hilichurl wanderers unaffiliated with any specific tribe. Often be found roving the wilds as if in voluntary exile. They seem to possess a higher level of intelligence than commonplace Hilichurls. Among the humanoid enemies commonly not saying that, by the armed forces and adventurers of various nations, Hydro Hilichurl rogues are considered among the most dangerous. They wield their size dexterously and lethally, and only the most elite and skilled warriors can face them alone. For these reasons, warriors often consider this humanoid capable of breaking through formations and will focus their forces on dealing with them first. Frost armor, earth-shaking attacks, and heavy blows. Frost armor Hilichurl enhanced tickles damage. Game piece based on a Frost armor Hilichurl, mysterious lord of Hilichurls that stalks the snow and fog. This huge Hilichurl is referred to as a lava by its brethren. Its body, owned to the very limit, almost seems to blend into its cryo-filled environment. Its stoic nobility is like that of the frozen Northland rivers. To normal humans, units of this level can be considered among the greatest threat. They must be pinned down by tough melee squads, when precise strikes from ranged troops to weaken the foe. For fun, combining their strength to repel it, adding this unit to the wargame is the equivalent of adding a variable akin to a great general, which helps push the tactical deductions that can be made to the absolute maximum. Power Slime, a game piece based on Power Slimes. Each unit has 3 slimes. A small monster created by the sedimentation of power dispersed throughout nature. It's one of the most common dangers faced by adventurers and the security services of various nations alike. For a human warrior with a given amount of training, a single slime poses a very limited threat. But when moving in groups, they become far more dangerous. They can be considered a standard unit for executing elemental warfare, discovering effective tactics for dealing with other elemental creatures. Electro, Cryo, 3/3/3. Same, but different element. Game piece based on Hydromemc Finches, a Hydromemc creature created by the concentrated life form of Oceanids. Only a very small number of elite soldiers among the participating forces have seen such beings before. Their pure hydro-elemental body structure and area of effect hydro attacks are both highly worthy of study. For any force that can effectively resist Hydromemc Finches can fend off other creatures with devastating offensive capabilities and maintain the integrity of their defensive line. Monster created by the sedimentation of hydro dispersed throughout nature, a larger, more powerful hydro slime that create bubbles to entrap its enemies. Weeping attacks, bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah. Bubbles to entrap its enemies. It's said they can grow to truly staggering sizes if given an energy-rich environment. Is one of the medium-level threats most often faced by adventurers in the armed forces of various nations. It is eminently suited to filling in the line of battle. See thorns in a shell. Charges it in slimes, synergy ramming, immune to electro damage. Mutant electro slime, exactly. Sedimentation, but coagulation, coalescing its sedimation here. Monster created through the coagulation of cryo in the natural environment. These slimes can use the abundant cryo energies within themselves, freeze the moisture in the atmosphere, and form a protective shell around themselves. They also use a similar principle to freeze the water around them. Is one of the medium-level threats most often faced by adventurers in the armed forces of various nations. It is eminently suited to filling in the line of battle. And it has some ability to cooperate, right? Because of charging slimes. The coalescing of electro dispersed throughout nature. Electro slimes can undergo mutations and become bright yellow due to the abundant electro within its form. It will deliver an electric shock to its surroundings from time to time. It can even cause nearby electro slimes to release electric arcs. Take flight. Pyro energy for individual. Game piece based on cryo specters, a monster born from higher concentrated cryo, pyro, electro elements can float in the air. It's a relatively compact and resilient flying monster. Specters have long been considered the touchstone for anti-aerial defensive capabilities by the armies of various nations. The results of attacking them with ordinary bows are far from ideal. What if you're Yoimiya? The mobility of more powerful ballistae and cannons is quite limited. Perhaps a highly mobile firing platform with significant firepower is required to deal with them. Just guns. And the Storm, only legendary elemental life form, takes flight, vortex, drop, okay. Game piece based on an Eye of the Storm, the corporeal form of extremely high quantity animal energies. It recklessly, heedlessly wield storms to all but sweep nearby enemies off their feet. Due to their strong staying power and ability to stay in midair for extended periods, Eyes of the Storm are an iconic heavy flying unit. Their addition to the wargames allows for research into effective methods for armies to repel such high-pressure aerial threats. For Handyman 3, Squad Reserves 2, Fisticuffs, 2 hurls throwing knives. Game piece based on a treasure hoarder handyman scout. Each unit has 3 members. A member of the decentralized criminal organization that has footprints all over the continent, even deep within unknown domains. When the treasure hoarders, these individuals engage in physical labor and will display surprising agility and strength when the group is under attack. Within the group, this unit is usually responsible for scouting and tailing. Their equipment may be quite crude, but can sometimes still be very annoying. It's kind of lightly armed human factions, a classic example of a unit consisting of large numbers of low-threat members. They're not particularly difficult to deal with. They're useful for training warriors to deal with waves of enemy harassment. It's a bit different. Nobushi Kikoban, it's Iaitachi. That ground unit's very weeb. Game piece based on Nobushi Kikoban, samurai who have fallen into banditry. They possess highly advanced sword skills and also use crossbows to ambush opponents using any means to win. Compared to ordinary bandits or treasure hoarders, this kind of foe has many more combat styles at their disposal. Their movements can be quite varied and difficult to predict, making them a subject worthy of detailed study. Using them as a unit during the wargame is conducive to training the thinking capabilities of soldiers, such that they might avoid suffering losses should they cross swords with such foes in the future. Risk takers who utilize their knowledge of chemistry to mix volatile and flammable brews that aid in their comrades' dastardly deeds. Pyro, burning zone. Those individuals, their combat skills are completely unremarkable of the pyro element. Reagent bottles they hurl create dangerous areas that continually burn, giving them the ability to effectively pin down their enemies. Learning about suppressive tactics and area denial from such classic examples is beneficial to soldiers of all stripes. Concentrate power into their katana, mass electro damage, single enemy unit, final frenzy, friend with counter, so you need to control only once per battle, so you need... you gotta deploy them together. I didn't even think about that. I should have done that when I did humans last. Basically the same. Gameplay is based on Karagi Dancing Thunder or Fiery Might. Samurai who have fallen into banditry, they possess highly advanced martial arts skills and can use the Kamina art. It's Kamina Harunosuke. Labyrinth Warriors was about him, more or less. Should have been lost to infuse their blades with the power of electries and talismans. This type of foe has a robust physique and are individually quite powerful. They're up to being used as a tip of the spear and assaults, breaking through defensive lines with evenly distributed forces. Researching their tactical tendencies is useful for resisting enemy units capable of rapidly penetrating defensive lines, for setting up agile defense systems that allow for quickly concentrating forces to defend against dangerous foes before they can break through to the rear. Melee, blade, dual blade, single enemy, or AoE. Game piece based on Eremite Sunfrost. Professional mercenary who cares about nothing outside of work and the mission at hand, as a warrior who has long wandered the harsh and unforgiving sands. They are formidable in combat, even without unleashing the broken Ame Spirit's Jin sealed within their weapons. Due to how their fighting spirit balances power and speed, the efficacy of a Sunfrost in battle is comparable to that of a squad. Their ability to use crime skills can provide significant control over the battlefield. The young lady lost an ancient dream of the desert songs. To her, the thrill of bloody battle is her true reward. The Desert Clearwater is the classic example of an agile yet deadly light unit that uses their mobility to take advantage of weak points while two sides are locked in combat to play a decisive role in deciding the outcome. The way she locks onto a single enemy and launches a continuous and ferocious assault is enough to make the soldiers of any army consider their tactics carefully before facing such a foe. Interesting. Range unit, Spirit of Omen Scorpion, or Glade. Work together, pyro damage to single opponent, or AoE Animo. Game piece based on Eremite Scorching Gore Masters. Yeah, Babel, Toddle, Jet, and Ismail. Person hailing from the loosely organized mercenary bands of the desert, even though they will work for anyone, as long as the pay is good. They will never forget their roots in the Great Red Sand, memorizing, passing on the poems and secret histories, like sparks in the wind and raindrops in clouds. Should they be unfortunate enough to find themselves facing a scorching lore master, the danger to warriors and adventurers alike comes not just from her outstanding individual prowess, but also her wisdom and planning, which are unlike those possessed by any monsters. Courage, concentration, and constant clear-headed resolve are necessary to defeat such a foe. Game piece based on Eremite Gale Hunters, a person hailing from the loosely organized mercenary bands of the desert. They are considered among the most experienced of archers, using longbows instead of the more commonly found mechanical crossbows. They do not even need their eyes, merely their ears, with which they sense the flow of wind and sand alike, to judge the location of their foes. Their lethal skill with bows allows wargaming responses to powerful long-range suppression tactics. Yeah, Axe, AoE, It's all just shooting. Mostly. Hydroelectricity. The 3 members take flight. Hydroelectric bullet. Game piece based on hydroelectricity. Each unit has 3 members. A very small creature that can manipulate electro-hydro a little bit. Its strength isn't anything to write home about, but under certain conditions it can exert considerable power. Thanks to its compact dimensions and ability to fly beneath the treetops, it is difficult to detect citizens, making early warning difficult. When conducting raids, they are often already nearly on top of their targets before they are discovered, by which point it is far too late to organize a defense. For this reason, using groups of citizens as the hypothetical enemy is more than sufficient when training soldiers to deal with small, agile targets. Those are different, actually. Take flight, energy projectiles that charge, bubbles that charge, hydro damage. Doesn't highlight, though. Interesting. A little inconsistent, frankly. Game piece based on floating anemo-hydrofungi, a spore organism of some intelligence. Possesses extreme adaptability. Its hollow umbrella-like structure gives it excellent buoyancy, like to float suspended in midair. It's a classic small to mid-sized flying unit. When using the power of anemo to attack, it can affect targets within a certain area of effect, a trait worthy of study. Its relatively moderate movement speed makes it an easy target for most soldiers, but its cuteness in both appearance and habit makes it difficult to pull the trigger. Funny. That should be mechanical. Okay. It appears quite fragile, and most individuals found out in the wild are generally harmless. Some floating hydrofungi, like the Noor we met in Ahida's quest, have significant capabilities of understanding and a great potential to assist warriors in battle. For this reason, studying their battle patterns can improve your martial capabilities. Geovishap, it's all physical. Enemy ranks, it's also ambush like the Finch. Yep. Anyway, physical, a game piece based on Geovishap hatchlings. Vishap with a hard geo-exoskeleton. Vishaps are exceptionally agile creatures that one would be wise not to underestimate in battle. Thanks to their special way of moving, Geovishap hatchlings have the ability to execute surprise attacks, covering distance quickly. The protection that their armor offers against ordinary weapons is also an important part of their overall combat efficacy. But I don't imagine they really take resistances into account, maybe, or at least they don't show them. Pretty sure that Vulture Spirit does take extra pyro damage. I did try to take advantage of that in my first combat sequence. Understanding the combat capabilities of such monsters is an effective way to increase the ability of each nation's military forces to deal with fast-moving, heavily armored units. Okay. Electro or Pyro Fontamer Shell, Pyro Orb, Pyro Damage. Electro Orb from the tail, AoE Electro Damage, Spring, Course Quarters Physical, Spring Attack Hydra to a single one. Game piece based on Bellwar Seahorse is the adult form of a male Bellwar Seahorse that is extremely aggressive. It can utilize the power of both Electro and Hydro in combat. Dangerous creatures with element-based defenses can be difficult foes to face, and anyone who faces them must exercise the highest level of caution. In addition, Bellwar Seahorses can attack with both Electro and Hydro, making them extremely valuable subjects for research. Naturally, most soldiers will never have the chance to dive and engage in underwater combat. Lessons learned from this enemy will aid them in containing foes more widely found and yet more deadly. Game piece based on Stern Shield Crabs. A crab makes its home in borrowed shells. I did not know that part. Shell from where? After finding a shell that fits its current size and getting used to the shell's characteristics, it can display considerable offensive and defensive capabilities. It's like its name, a Stern Shield implies normal human weapons have a hard time taking out targets with such full body armor at a stroke. They also have the ability to propel pyro forth, attacking enemies at range, so they're practically mobile turrets. And thus the ideal enemy for warriors to practice assaulting fortified positions. Take fodder for being deployed, charge attack enemies in the air, swoop down attack enemies on the ground, dealing cryo damage, winged cryo shroom. Game piece based on winged cryo shrooms, and mimetic life form made out of spores that has extreme adaptability. Going well past mere appearances, this being even imitates the habits of birds. When it flies about, it will scatter icy flowers in its wake. Its crystal cores, too, are spores. This creature has a position of command amongst colonies of fungal beasts. It can be seen as a kind of command unit that increases overall combat power, training warriors in how to take out an enemy's command center. Okay. Crystal spores. Consecrated Red Vulture, Flaming Feathers, AoE Pyro Damage, Wings and Sweeping Attacks, AoE Pyro Damage, which are strings, extra damage in a huge area, attacks continuously with pinchers, dealing AoE Electro Damage. Game piece based on Consecrated Red Vultures, a scavenging bird of prey that is mutated after feeding from greater light forms. Life forms, the greater life forms devoured by consecrated beasts often have nigh immortal consciousness, the can never be fully silenced or eradicated. The very power and consciousness gained by consecrated beasts devouring these life forms will in turn drive them to seek more violence than carrion. Consecrated red vultures, included in the Wargames precisely because of the danger it poses, is one of the highest threat level units. Game piece based on consecrated scorpions, an arthropod that has mutated after feeding from greater life forms. For ordinary travelers and adventurers, running into a consecrated scorpion is basically a death sentence. In order to find ways to fight against and exterminate these extremely dangerous creatures, this extremely dangerous creature was added to the war game such that the armed forces can carefully research how to effectively attack and defend against them through accumulating extensive experience. Yeah. Hilichurls, elemental life forms, human factions, mystical beasts, automatons do not have a boost. They are all elite and elite only. No apex and no regular. No basic, that is. Strong staying power. Well, strong individuals, but they cannot work as a team, really. This machine uses mechanical combat methods to do AoE physical damage. Game piece based on Ruin Guards, an ancient humanoid war machine armed with explosive firepower that can be found all over Tibet. The armed services of various nations often use it as the default hypothetical enemy. Look for ways to destroy them from medium to long range. This is because the immense power they possess would utterly overwhelm ordinary people, and engaging in close combat with them is a very bad idea. Based on preliminary analysis, Ruin Guards are far more destructive towards buildings than to small agile units. So they have been designated as playing the role of the terrifyingly strong battering ram in this simulation. Specialist mech Usia suppression, homing missiles, attacking a single enemy, dealing pyro damage. Game piece based on suppression specialist mechs. Suppression. Specialist clockwork mecha adopted from the Cal Sherbius type. They're primarily designed for offensive purposes. Outside of Fontaine, they can use pre-prepared energy blocks to move over short distances for short periods of time, and as an autonomous weapon of similar sizes to ordinary human soldiers. Dimensions and offensive capabilities of this mecha have reached a certain balance, making it easier to deploy, move, and conceal. The combination of formidable ranged firepower and robust armor allows it to manifest significant offensive and defensive capabilities at the same time. It is thus rated as a pillar of the battlefield. Double Harvester Magnuma, melee unit, 2-member squad, periodically charges ammo damage to enemies in a straight line, and we stay in the same spot performing spinning attacks that deal physical damage. Game piece based on Nimble Harvester Mech's Numa, each unit, 1 Usi, 1 Numa then, each unit has 2 members. Clockwork Mech designed to excavate and transport sand and soil that is powered by the energy produced from Numa Usi annihilation reactions. I believe it also has Dendro, this one also has Geo, but of course they're not in here, no Dendro and Geo. Powered by the energy produced from Numa Usi annihilation reactions, for this wargame simulation, it was designed as a unit that can only have the Numa alignment. Thanks to its unique appearance, it can quickly buzzsaw forward. It doesn't really mention Usia here. Striking targets along a straight line with considerable destructive force. Tactics developed to deal with this kind of mecha can be adapted to defend against or respond to the attacks of catapults, rolling boulders, and all kinds of other tough monsters that make use of spinning movement. Okay. Well, after all that reading, I still have my lineup set up. Okay, cool. Good and strong. Nice! I'll take it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, that has some weaknesses, that's for sure. Come on. Oh, that did not hit. That did not hit. Come on. Ooh, okay. And oh, that freezes. That was bad. That was bad. That was really bad. Okay. Oops. He could still hopefully get 8 this time. It's real fast. Pyro, Hilichurl shooter. Sure, Electro Samatryl is... Oh, it ain't great. I mean, Hydro Samatryl has some weaknesses. Team melee. Don't have any team melee. Okay. Do have team ranged. This might be good. I think they should take extra there. Let's just freeze them. Sure. UN. Let's put... We should maybe try some flying, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. Give me... that's okay. Well... Ruin Guard, Let's stick with that. Okay, cool. And then... Sure, you... I guess that can work. Sure. Come on. Just go for those Hilichurls. And... sure. If I lose this one, I don't really care, honestly. I'll live. Oh, okay. Come on. Well, okay. This is probably fine. Okay. I think we're doing okay for ourselves here. Yep. Oh, alright. Alright then. Oh, that's not really the best place, but oh, it totally destroyed that shell, though. That missed. Okay. Let's keep on shooting. And that worked pretty well. Okay. Beetle with the Economia. Wow. It's your stratagems. I'll take that. Sure. Yeah, there we go. Make this happen. This is a good one. That's actually a pretty good one. We're already at 30. Of course, we want the big dudes. Don't have any flying, so... someone for that melee then, sure. And we just keep on shooting then. I think that's alright. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think this should be fine. Spam very powerful Hilichurls. Oh, they're fighting. Okay. They're about as strong as each other. Okay, yeah, we'll just freeze you. Cool. Oh, that was the right one. Almost dead, but not quite. Ooh, the AoE on those reactions was also very good. So very, very good. Boom, overload. Nice. I like this. War Master's just really, really good. That's not in contention. 3 more quick rounds. Time to fight Furina. We take those. Oh, true. Let's make the pyro shooters better. Thank you. And make you better. Nice. I am fine with things being the way they are. Sure. Okay. Vortex. That might make some difference. Maybe. Stick to who's strong. That's a good option for single target range. I get you on as soon as possible and just send out my shooters. Sure. Yeah. That's fine. This is all good. Yeah. Who else? Yeah, shooters in there. I don't see this going badly. So using those reroll attempts is crucial, that's for sure. Come on. You ain't got much against me. The rapid deployment's really good too. Come on, just stay in. Get AoE'd. Get AoE'd on. Yeah, this is pretty darn good. The fact that even though it can't directly target flying, it still works pretty well against flying. Those individual shots can split up. So she's not even really single target. She handles teams well too. Wow. Baby Levi. I already have that at 3. Ritual Fighter maybe. 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 That. Core Master, we could get her real strong, maybe. Go with Crackling Axe. Okay. Getting close to that end there. Sure. You know what? Sure. That could be nice. Oh, we got someone to freeze, but not much else past that. They can't really react past that point. Swan Hydro is a joke. You're now reacting there. Don't have to worry about that. And sending everyone else after that point who's nice and strong. Sure. Keep as many of you alive as possible. Alright. Don't see this going badly. Everyone's pretty darn boosted. Good, strong teams. We're already gone. Wow. Okay. Wow. Oh, but that Scorpion's gone soon. Oh my goodness. That... This is rather unfair. Not even half my team actually came on field. Last match. Hilichurl shooter already there. Okay. Kind of right. Why not? Why not? Sure. Okay. That's 40. You're at 40 now. If you toss a bunch of units in, I presume it's theoretically possible to get. Oh, goodness. 50, but... We could try. That'd be funny. Just absolutely toss everything into the possibility of level 50. Yeah, they've got a level 50 Frost Arm. That's certainly something. Question is what I'm willing to part with. Just make the team that we have and then see what I can buff up. Stern Shield, this is really just a matter of break your shield. Here we melee. Should also be good, but those are going to be vaporizes. I don't like that. And to counter you, I might not want you in immediately. To really have single target. Just who can I part with? Here we melee, but it's not incredible. Let's get rid of you and see if we get anything nice. No, we didn't. Okay. Alright. That kind of puts a sock in it. I think we can manage. We got pretty good stuff, but some guys gotta die. It's about deploying these in the right order. Yo, Trills, we got you in. Should be fine. Animo's not gonna be great. They don't have anything grouped. Say a prayer for me. Come on, come on. Oh, that is not good. That was a bad move. Well, actually, that worked pretty well. What? Well, that one's dead. Okay. 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 Oh, we're weakened. We're weakened. Got my Scorpion. No, I think we're fine. I think we're okay. Yeah, they mostly die. It really is just that level buff. It was closer, though. Well, that is our Hilichurl run through. I always got to the 10th battle at least. I'm fine with my progress. Holy crap, a Link Breath of the Wild. Okay. Well, I am satisfied with my results and performance. Guess we can just make sure we don't overcap on currency. These plants are really just there to remind me to collect. One measly Samara Rose. Nothing. Cool. Sure. Really should be a spore instead of a seed, but who's counting? Right. Closer and closer to maximum friendship. Very, very nice. Yeah, but about probably next Saturday. They'll get there. Lanyan, I won't get until winter right mid-patch, so I don't have to worry about not being able to put everyone who needs friendship in the slots. This Chaska and Oron will be out of the party by the time I get Lanyan. That won't be really any trouble. Of course, I won't really be able to show off Wanyan, but it doesn't matter because she's filler. So that took longer than I expected, but frankly, it's because I was having fun. I will say, though, and people online did say this, the affinities don't really matter as much as that is team, single target AoE, and melee ranged flying, as much as just which units are good. And coordinating with groups like Hilichurls, humans, mystical beasts, and elemental lifeforms are frankly not good enough to be worth taking that level bonus for team, but at least not as a group. Well, yeah, our reaction spam with a bunch of Hilichurl shooters and other Hilichurls, or with just human spam, especially once you get Eremites, real good. But in 2 days, that event won't exist anymore. That's okay. So thank you very much, and yeah, Sonaragan, very fun as per usual. Yay.